The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show. 47 minutes into hour one on this glorious Thursday, June 23rd, 2022. Let's ride. Let's go again. Listen, the horses went out of the barn. They came back into the barn because a storm came. That storm came in a surge. That surge became a power outage. And even if some of the power to some of these things, because I get a lot of tweets from a lot of people, okay, about how smart they are and how dumb we are.
Of course.
And it's very valid all the time. But with some of the shit that we have to do this show on a daily basis, if the power goes out for even, normal power goes out, generator kicks on. But something has to happen for the generator to kick on. I believe it's power go down, then generator realizes it's on. Yeah. So for that brief moment, though, where there's a before the comes back, that's some of our shit gets completely fucked.
Cut.
Just two computers are dead, or an entire rack of shit goes out just for a second, and then that resets everything. So we want to extend our deepest apologies to Ice Cube.
Of course.
Big fan of Ice Cube.
Yeah, massive apology.
I am not pumped about that. And everybody that watches and listens, we apologize for that just dropping out of nowhere. We're 40-some days away from the Thunderdome.
Thank God.
And we got power backups on power backups. Yeah. We don't own this building, so I'm not sure we're going to be able to just rewire and repower the building that we are in. But 40 days from now, we do own the Thunderdome.
Yeah.
And we will hopefully have backups for backups. But I appreciate all the electricians and carpenters that tweet me how much smarter they are than us when this happens.
They thought about stuff you haven't.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not happy this happens.
No.
But such is life.
Yeah.
Let's move along. We missed out on a great ending of a conversation with Ice Cube. I'm not happy about it. Is it a coinky-dink that Bruce Brown's on the audios and then out of nowhere just all the power drops
It's the only way it could be.
With that electricity of that mustache.
Thinking the same thing.
With the electricity of that mustache, is that thing potentially radiating to the rack back there in the server and shutting everything down? Maybe. Who knows? Guy wins 8,000 last night on a plus 5,000 some bet, and all of a sudden the electricity is just going through his body and shutting us down. I want to let you know I respect it, hate it at the same damn time.
That mustache is a better conductor than copper.
You're goddamn right.
That's right.
Okay.
Copper's legit.
Hey, that's a good science experiment you just chatted about right there.
Well, I actually installed some new light fixtures last night, too, so I was dealing with some copper wires.
Wow. A lot of electricity in here today.
Was it you?
No. I always
Still
test
is.
it. I always test it. Make sure you test it before you fucking start touching the wire.
So let's go through it here. Let's just go through it. Kamaru Usman was cutting a great promo.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
About what he feels like when he's walking to the cage. And we get most of it. And then the ending on it, kind of the bow on top,
Exactly.
cuts out of nowhere. Bummed. Not happy about it. That was a great promo. Massive fire was happening. Explosions and shit was happening. Nothing we could do.
Don't want him to be angry either.
Halloween episode.
Oh, yeah.
Couple of the computers go back to factory mode because
right.
power outage again. Straight into it, sets it back to factory mode. Only one camera worked.
Yeah.
We prepared for that for 4 days. That's the most we've ever prepared for a show in history. Boom, complete shit show. And now with Ice Cube on, going into season 5 of the Big Three, out of nowhere, power out on this part of the building, not the other part of the building.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Why doesn't it happen when we're talking about nothing and AJ's on here being toxic,
Yeah.
trying to ruin
Exactly.
things?
Yeah, that makes you question a lot of things, doesn't it?
It's only when there are unbelievable conversations happening.
Well, let's dive into another one. The Seahawks allegedly still in the running for Baker Mayfield.
Here we go.
Albert Breer told us, and Albert Breer is the author of Monday Morning Quarterback, which comes out on Mondays in the morning.
In the morning.
Sometimes. That one time, really oddly, it didn't come out till like 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it's just Monday afternoon. He might have had a power shortage though in the
Okay.
uploading, and it had to come out in the afternoon.
Fair.
But anyways, Albert Breer told us, look for these mini camps to all take place, and then teams to get back into business or stay out of the business. Everybody wants to see what they have, how the rookies look, how the team looks, how the quarterbacks that they're thinking about going into the season look. Seattle Seahawks currently re-signed Geno Smith, traded for Drew Lock within Russell Wilson trade, and everybody's assuming that maybe is still an open competition. Who's going to be the quarterback? Albert Breer said, look for after mandatory minicamp. Now, Josina Anderson is basically tweeting that I'm told the Seahawks still have a high level of interest in acquiring quarterback Baker Mayfield, and behind the scenes are open to contractually extending him. So that's a big deal.
Huge.
Per league sources, I also know that the process of collecting information and insights into Mayfield is still ongoing. So them being open to contractually extend him is telling them, although maybe the Browns and us don't want to pay you $18.5 million this year, we can redo a contract here, give you another 2 years on the back end of this thing, so you're not a $20 million cap hit. We can make it a little bit lower, and you still get guaranteed $20 million over the 3 years, 4 years. I don't know if that's exactly what it is, but that would make sense if the Seattle Seahawks were offering that up, because then that would go, that would be able to combat the thought that nobody wants to pay the $18.5 million, and the Browns, it sounds like they don't want to pay more than $10 million or $11 million of that $18.5. So if no deal is to be made anywhere else, the Seattle Seahawks go, boom, let me show you this gum real quick. Can't we just offer them a 3-year deal, do the whole 2-year void, and then extend this entire thing? Then we don't have to worry about who's paying what. Seems like the right idea. Seems like a good decision. Baker Mayfield in Seattle could be fantastic, especially with the electricity of that crowd and the way Pete Carroll operates, right? Feels like that'd be a good match. Like, hey, let's compete, let's compete. Let's have a day. I just want to go. We don't know how and why it happened the way it happened in Cleveland. Maybe Seattle's the right spot. Maybe this is the right way to get a deal done. I love whenever people go outside the box to get a deal done, to make something happen that they think will make them better. Will it pay off in the end? We shall see.
Yeah, extension kind of gives Baker a little bit of that comfortability too. Like, hey, I can just go out and sling it, and I don't have to worry about the fact that, maybe next year I don't have a team. And if they do take on the entire contract, the Seahawks, wouldn't that kind of give them almost more chips to be like, hey, and also throw in a second or a third round pick because we're taking this entire salary off your hands?
Yeah, and I don't know if Seattle will love the fact that the extension conversation was leaked public here, but that's Josina being on the inside.
Yeah, that's right, sorry.
Because Seattle loses some leverage with Cleveland in the trade, right? Because, I don't know. Maybe not, because Baker's going to have to be a part of the conversation anyways if he wants to get extended.
If you're Cleveland, why not just pony up a few more million and get this out of the picture? Get it out of the conversation.
They don't know if they have a quarterback yet, right? I mean, now it's coming out, too, with a tweet that just got sent into the group text. I guess there has been quite a situation brewing between the NFL, Sue Robinson, and the NFLPA. And everybody knows that for the first time ever, Sue L. Robinson, who is a judge, former federal judge, has been hired by the NFL. Is she still a federal judge? Is it like once a federal judge, always a federal judge?
Or is she like a mercenary federal judge?
Is she still serving duties as federal judge and on the side being the NFL's third party for big situations?
I think it's once a judge, always a judge. So you would still call a judge even in retirement, or if she walked away from it. But I don't know if she's still actively hearing court cases while still doing this role.
So Judge Sue Robinson, yeah, because you think you want to keep your court chops.
Yeah. But can you get hired out if you still have other
Because
judging
then isn't
to
there
do?
a little bit of
Doesn't she have other cases if she was still a...
Yeah. Anyways, Judge feels like a safe... Judge Sue Robinson.
Yes.
Feels like a safe
It's
way.
like doctor.
Yeah, Judge Sue Rob. Yeah, because you earn that. Because you go from lawyer, right? Lawyer to judge, and that's a whole big step, and a lot of things have to happen before you become a fucking judge.
What do you call... Is it justice? Do they have a different name for, like, the doctor?
Because your highness is the queen.
Exactly.
Your
Supreme
honor
Court
is... Your honor.
Is just
Your Honor. There it is, yeah.
The honorable.
The honorable.
Yes.
The honorable Judge Sue
Joe Brown.
Robinson. Yes.
Yeah, Joe
Is
Brown.
that just Joe Brown, or is that all judges?
All judges.
I think that's all judges.
Yes, Your Honor.
She's a former United States District Judge.
Former.
So not current.
Yeah, is that Wikipedia there?
Yeah.
But
So
she's...
do they
Through the
do they
US.
adhere by the respect factor for judges? We don't know.
For the U.S. District Court of Delaware.
Yeah, she's still honorable, though.
You still call him judge, it's like coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, your honorable judge, the honorable Judge Sue Robinson,
Boom.
who has been hired by the NFL to be a third-party arbitrator for big things like this, to recommend a punishment to Roger Goodell. basically, is what has happened, because in the previous CBA, Roger Goodell was the judge, jury, executioner for everything. So he was the one that was deciding how long people were going to get suspended for. He was deciding if they were getting suspended for. He was the one listening to the appeals. He was the one doing everything. In the new CBA, they wanted to change that. So I think the NFL kind of bamboozled the NFLPA by saying, oh, no, we'll bring in a federal judge. It'll be a third thing. And then we kind of actually hear about how this will work, because this is the first case that the Honorable Judge Sue L. Robinson is hearing for the NFL. Her ruling is just a recommendation to Roger Goodell. Now, Roger Goodell has the power, just like he had in the past, to add on penalty or subtract penalty. So kind of a fugazi situation, but at least Roger Goodell will have somebody else's thoughts in his mind, and we all publicly know that he has other people's thoughts in his mind while he's making a ruling. So allegedly there was a settlement potentially happening between the NFL and the NFLPA with the Honorable Judge Sue L. Robinson on the amount of games the penalties happened. So just like any other court case that the Honorable Judge Sue Robinson would have heard, where there's a chance for a settlement to happen between the NFL, who's pushing for, we've heard, a season, and the NFLPA, who's probably pushing for not. They had the ability in there with Sue Robinson to make a deal almost on this is the amount of games we have both agreed to. So is Sue Robinson making any decision then at that point, or is she just in the middle of the NFL and the NFLPA deciding what is the proper thing? And then when Sue recommends it to Goodell, will it be laid out as, hey, this is what the NFL and the NFLPA thought, or this is what Sue Robinson thought? Because if there's going to be a deal made and a settlement made, and it's just a recommendation on an actual ruling, what is the whole process? I have no idea.
See, I took that tweet as she had already maybe given her recommendation to the NFL, and then they took it to the NFLPA and Sean's lawyers, and they tried to come together and maybe get, like, say it was 16, and then they wanted 4, and maybe but it all broke down, I guess is what
But
the
wouldn't
tweet.
that be what Sue is ruling there for?
Yeah,
Like,
to hear
she's the
both
one
sides.
there
I
to-
thought she was there just to give a recommendation.
Yeah, but she's giving a ruling. Remember, it was the word was ruling that Sue L. Robinson was giving, and then that ruling becomes a recommendation for the amount of games that Deshaun Watson. We have the tweet here. Josina Anderson, I'm told they're. That's a great way to use Twitter right there. That is an incredible way. Josina, shout out.
Let's write that one down too.
Let's
Remember.
let's remember that. There have been recent attempts by the NFL, the NFLPA, and Deshaun Watson's advisors to negotiate a discipline settlement. However, talks involving a potential number of games missed fell apart, not being on the same page. As of now, process moves forward per league sources. So did the Honorable Judge Sue Robinson say, hey, if you guys would like to figure out what you both think is fair, and then let me know, that'd be fucking great too. And then obviously, since they couldn't come to an agreement because one's pushing for maybe an entire game, the other one's not, now they will go on and have a trial with the Honorable Judge Sue Robinson, and then her ruling will become a recommendation for Roger Goodell. A lot of R's there. And I'm kind of really respectful to this entire process,
as we are.
acting as if this is real. This sounds like a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, what is this?
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
just thought
saying.
Roger was going to make a fucking ruling, and hey, that's what it is. Appeal it if you want.
See, I thought Sue was going to make a ruling.
To Roger.
Originally, I thought Sue was making a ruling. That's the ruling. Then we found out, no, Sue's making a ruling. She's telling Roger. Then Roger's able to add or subtract. Then he makes a ruling. Then you appeal of it. Now it's the NFL and the NFLPA are able to make a deal. They'll tell Sue Robinson that. Sue Robinson will then tell the NFL. Sounds like a clusterfuck. Whatever the case, I don't know if we're any closer to knowing how many games Deshaun Watson's going to miss than we were yesterday or the day before, which means Baker Mayfield might be the starter for the Cleveland Browns, which is why the Cleveland Browns wouldn't want to fork over a couple more $1 million maybe, which is insanity to think about, but the crazier things have happened in the NFL.
Yeah, it's a C-SPAN from yesterday, except everyone is sitting on the same side of the bench, and they're all just kind of bickering back and forth. And the NFL, the NFLPA, and Deshaun Watson's guys basically said, yeah, we'll do, or the NFL said, we'll do 16. Then the other two said, no, we'll do 4. And then they thought there was some meat in the middle, and now there isn't. And now the judge is just ruling on what she thinks is going to happen with their arguments.
So now they have a full hearing, I think.
So now, they have the full two sides of the bench. This side says what they think. This side says what they think.
How about in the middle of it, would they be able to look at each other and go, fuck it, 10 games? Yeah. And then Sue's like, all right.
Okay,
boom,
perfect.
Boom, and
10
then just
How
go
does
right up.
Deshaun's side have any say in this? Because in a normal settlement, you're settling down or you're pleading down and you're admitting something. Like his side's not going to admit to doing anything wrong.
So
to
the NFL,
settle.
so just like the NFLPA hired Jeffrey Kessler, I believe is the guy's name. He
Yeah.
was the founder of Free Agency.
Yeah, big time, high profile sports attorney.
I assume they brought in Deshaun's people as assistants in there because I think Deshaun's people big high profile.
Yeah.
That never lost, right? Isn't
Yeah.
that his?
So, but to be clear, making it sound like Deshaun's advisors are also in on this, like a third team. I don't think that's whatever. We know nothing. All we do know is this next hour might have power the entire time.
Ooh.
AJ joins us soon.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat
What the fuck are
McAfee
you
Show
doing?
starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is Thursday, June 23rd, 2022. Grab the hour 2 horse.
Let's ride.
Into some more sports talk. I can't believe that I survived another full week here.
Hell yeah.
The Toxic Table is joining me at Boston Connor, and Nick Moraldo sitting in place of Ty, who is currently on Baby Watch.
Here we go, Ty.
Here we go, Ty.
Come on now.
Ty and Kaylin, proud of you guys.
Go get him.
Good luck. Congratulations.
Yeah, you can do it.
Uncle Pat's going to spoil the shit out of this thing.
Mount up.
Mount up. They got to be so nervous, huh?
Oh my God, I bet. I can't imagine what they're going through right
Ty's
now.
probably shit his pants 5 times today.
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing a lot of that since adding this into my life.
Yeah, but it helps. It's nice to take an explosive dump every once in a while, right?
Every once in a while, I guess, yeah. But whenever it's starting to become like a 2
A 3:30 thing.
code reds.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a real interesting thing. I have fallen in love completely, though, with the old iced coffee.
So
So
you're doing
good.
2-a-days with those too?
2.
More? You're going more than.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What are you talking about?
One at the house,
This
right?
is how Connor started. Connor started with those big boys
Yeah.
iced coffees, and then he switched to just a normal coffee drinker.
Yeah, I've just been doing the normal coffee because the one place I went to, let's just say it seemed like they were watering down their product. So I kind of just stuck to the morning Keurig and then, 1 Celsius, 4 coffees. Why not?
This is just delightful, and I think it's supposed to cut out my appetite, too, a little bit.
Oh,
It
yeah.
will suppress, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's because when you go to the bathroom, the explosion is like, I don't want to eat too much because I don't want to have to do that with actual things in my stomach. Is that what the appetite suppressant is from coffee?
That's part of it, and it's just such a stimulant that your body's jonesing. So you're basically just doing the luge all day,
Yeah.
and then you don't really have a need to eat. You're just ready to go.
Yeah, I'm jacked up, man. It's great to be here. I'm so excited that it's Thursday, June 23rd, and I'm so excited that 2 people in this office hit massive parlays last night.
Huge.
We've chatted about the mustache Bruce Brown, who's currently sitting in for Nick at the audio. He won 8,000 last night on a plus 5,000 something. Hello, baby Bruce.
Boy, Bruce.
And Tone Diggs won multiple thousands of dollars last night on a big parlay, and he did it in a fashion that I didn't know existed. A round robin sixes. So what is this? What were the odds you hit? And you hit for $4,000 last night. Let's
Go,
go,
Tony.
Tone. $112 for 3,800. That's a great turnout.
So
there, Tone.
as you guys know, I am a self-handicapping son of a bitch. I also do that with my gambling as well. Okay, I'm not just going to put an 8-leg parlay in there and expect that to hit because I don't have that confidence in myself. So a round robin is a way to do it.
Now it did.
It did.
It did.
Yeah. a
It
little
did,
bit.
but that's rare. So I do something called round robin, where you can pick anywhere from, if you do an 8-leg, say like I did, you can pick anywhere from 7, 6, 5, all the way down to 2. Okay, so you don't have to go 8-0. You could go 6-2 last night, and that still would have won. Now, if I would have went 5-3, I would have lost, and would have lost all my money.
But you could have had 5s.
Yes, I could have had
Yeah,
5
5 times.
But the payout is not as good. Like we both hit 8-leggers. His payout was a lot better because I self-handicapped myself, so the odds aren't as good. But you don't have to go 8-0. You can go 6-2 and still make a pretty decent payout.
Well, thank you to FanDuel for that option, and congrats to you.
Nice job, Tony.
How's Goomp doing? You chatted with Goomp much? How's he gambling, and how's life with him right
It's
now?
baseball, so he's always. I mean, he's about as sturdy as they come when it comes to the diamond. Okay,
Hell yeah.
Okay, that man can fucking bet the diamond
Footy
and the diamond.
in the diamond.
Yeah,
Nails.
those are really the 2 sweet spots. As far as personal, like he's keeping that tight to the vest still.
Yeah, me too.
He's got a trip. He's got a trip coming up, I think.
I heard about that. We won't hear about it, though, until it's happening.
Oh, yeah. Possibly till it's over, I think.
No, the whole world will know when it's happening, right? Don't you think?
I see. I think they're just going to post one little sweet photo on, Twitter or Instagram, and then that's all we're going to hear until he's
I was
back.
thinking like a webcam live.
Please, I hope.
What's he do? Touring a facility for weapons of mass destruction?
Or maybe. I think he's just handling weapons of mass destruction, but I don't know.
Joining us now is a man who's a
Alley-oop.
college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup champion, a COVID survivor, private plane survivor, and a man who takes more vacations because he's earned them.
Well,
AJ Hawk.
Yeah!
What's up, pal?
What are you talking about, Connor? What's Connor talking about?
what do you mean? What am I
I think they're
talking
going
about?
shooting. I believe
I
they're
caught
going
I caught the very end. What's he talking
Now
about?
you were there the whole time. I heard he's talking about they're going to a gun range, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Fire off some
goofy.
weapons, maybe like one of those big old
Cannons.
what's it- cannon. There it is, a rocket launcher.
Yeah, microphone's not on. The
Bruce.
whole thought of that weekend, though, that Goomp is going to have is absolutely magical.
Yeah.
Is it going to take place? We don't know. Are they actually going to fall in love?
Yes, they
More
already.
than
I think
likely.
we've seen the beginnings of a couple falling in love.
Yeah,
We
and
have.
I don't wanna
told
force it
I
too
told
much.
Goomp, hey, take her to Windsor. Take her to Windsor. You get married right there. You walk right across the bridge into Detroit. You drive on to Indy. Here we go. You got a new life.
Okay.
Now, from what I've heard, it's
very
That's
possible.
potentially on the table.
yeah.
What you just mentioned there. And congrats all parties. We love love. Don't want to force it too much. We love love, though. And can't wait to see Gumpy back as soon as possible. Just like Ty. Hey, Ty's going to be gone for the next few weeks, man. We're on baby watch right now for Ty.
So did he have to go in? Is she in labor?
They're inducing today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what that
Schedule.
means.
Because the due date was last week, and now they today are kind of.
See, but I looked into it. That might not mean it comes today, though.
No.
It just,
Oh, yeah.
it might be
Some people,
tomorrow.
will, some
Could
people
be.
will labor for 24 hours after they
Exactly.
get induced. That's a bad deal. There, it's tough.
Yeah, but if it was due last week and induce happens, you think that just? I mean, I know nothing. I didn't pay attention to health class. You would think that thing's ready to
You
go.
would think.
Yeah, I thought the due date was kind of like a final thing. Like, hey, this is when it's happening.
Oh,
and
no.
that is not how it works, I guess.
Ty sounded ready to stay overnight.
Oh, so that's how he's been chatted.
Yes.
And is that because Ty's just expecting the worst
If
all the
they
time?
induce you, they don't let you leave. They don't induce you and let you go.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
If they induce her to bring the baby out, it may take 18 hours, but you're not getting induced. Hey, go hit up old Joe's Crab Shack and come on back in 15 hours.
No, I don't know if there's any Joe's Crab Shacks around anymore anywhere. Rest in peace, I think, COVID potentially.
I don't think you're allowed to eat crab when you're pregnant.
Well, forget Sirius. Forget Crab. We're back on Sirius. How you doing, Sirius? Great to see you. We're sorry we lost all power there. Obviously, we were expecting her not to still be pregnant after being induced and leaving the hospital. I think what we were chatting about is, hey, the baby's going to come.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Baby's going to come. You know what I mean? And Ty's just expecting the worst, that he's going to be there for numerous days.
He'll still be there tonight if the baby comes.
Right.
Okay.
So either way, he's there.
But he was talking pregnancy.
Unless he wants to go home and sleep in his
I
own
heard
bed
it
or
was a
something.
projected Friday 2 a.m. That's what he told me.
Really?
Yeah,
he
that's,
said-
that's like the
Might take a
time.
while. Might be another 12 hours here.
What's up with science? We can't just.
That's what I'm saying. Is it just a crock of shit like everything else?
Yeah, they give it the green light, but hey, you still gotta let it come down the road. That's what I know.
Pitocin. It's called Pitocin they give him.
What?
Thank you.
I don't. None of my kids were induced, but yeah.
Is that what
they talked
DeAndre
about
Hopkins
it.
had in him?
Oh,
The
listen,
Pitocin?
None of my kids were induced, but
He has a lot
Well, I'm
of
just
kids.
saying. Yeah, luckily everyone's different. We were lucky.
Is that what was in DeAndre Hopkins? Pitocin?
Pitocin. It sounds.
Oh, his was the old Clemson thing.
Pitocin.
Started with an O.
Yeah.
Anyways, good luck,
Pitocin.
Caitlin Ty. Good luck.
Go get him.
Yes. Good luck.
Good luck. We'll miss you, obviously, and all that, but we can't wait to spoil the fuck out of that baby. It did come out with DeAndre Hopkins had him. Now, this is coming from DeAndre Hopkins.
He admitted it.
Yeah, but I don't think the NFL will ever publicly state what's in those tests, right? So guys for a long time are like, oh, it's the penis growing stuff I was taking. I didn't know it was in there. And then guys will be like, it was Adderall. I was having a long weekend or something. And the NFL would never actually broadcast what it was.
Ostarine or Ostarine.
Ostarine.
Yes.
Ostrine. Ostrine.
remember Clemson's players had an issue before their bowl game, however many years ago. I remember this.
And he went to Clemson, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is something
Oh,
he
he did, yeah.
Hopefully, before the season starts, maybe we can get the games down a little bit. Deshaun Watson said, it wasn't on me. I'm pretty much a naturopathic person. What it is it Ostarine, Ostarine. There was 0.1%.
Come
on. Hey, found in my system. If you know what that is, you know it's contamination, not something directly taken. I don't take any supplements. I've never taken supplements. I barely take vitamins. So for something like that to happen to me, obviously I was shocked, but my team and I, we're still trying to figure out what's going on. Now it goes on and says, Ostarine attaches to proteins in the body known as androgen receptors. When Ostarine binds to these receptors, it tells muscles probably to grow or repair. It is a type of drug that is called a selective androgen receptor modulator. And is often used for athletic performance as well as involuntary weight loss due to illness, breast cancer, and many other conditions. Now, this is Pro Football Talk. Is that what this is right here? This report?
I don't think
what we're
it is.
reading here?
Just based on the format. They use different.
ArizonaSports.com that came from. Okay, so ArizonaSports.com got an interview. Wait, by the way, Mike Florio. Hey, Paisan, we got nothing but love for you, man. You cover football vastly different than we cover football. Nothing but love. The picture was just it was what you reported, which was an accurate report, Paisan. Listen, nothing but love, dude. Do what you got to do. We appreciate the hell out of your reporting there. But DeAndre Hopkins saying it was 0.1%. Do you get that information from the NFL? And how do we know at all that, listen, I love DeAndre Hopkins. I understand everything he's saying. But literally everybody that has failed a test has come out and said something's contaminated or I was taking an Adderall. Nobody really comes out and says, yeah, I was just trying to get faster, quicker, recover faster, and beat everybody else. Like, that never happens. Even though DeAndre Hopkins has never done anything that we shouldn't believe what he says, the NFL will never release that information, right, AJ? And will we ever know? No, the answer.
No, I know I think in the CBA it says, like, if someone tests positive for, they'll either say performance enhancer or, like, the street substance of abuse. They don't say whatever you tested positive for. Like, if you want to let people know, yes, you're obviously allowed. But it sounds like he has a good case in this appeal. Like, I would assume if he's saying it was 0.1% or whatever, 0.01, that during the appeal process, he got all that information, right? Like, hey, we want to see the A sample, the B sample. You have all your people look at it. It sounds like you have a good appeal, but I don't know. We're already done with the appeal process.
The one quote was, there's no more appeals, right? It's already over. The one thing is when he said, if you know what that is, you know it's contamination. Not something directly taken if it's 0.1%. So how come that's not something that's in the CBA then? Like, if
is that contamination? Do we know that's contamination?
We can only take what DeAndre Hopkins.
Couldn't it be like, if you had a small amounts, like traces amounts of something, it could mean you took it a while ago, too. I'm not saying he's guilty of anything. I'm just saying like different reasons.
That's what the NFL lawyers and the drug people would probably say.
Is he already done, though? Isn't he already done with the appeal process?
I thought whenever it came out, this is final. This is happening.
Yeah, and he withdrew his appeal, I thought.
Yeah.
Because he got in November, he was made aware, and so they've been in the appeal process for a while.
So maybe he's just publicly stating, so public opinion is vastly different than everybody just assuming this guy's eating trenbolone sandwiches and shit, you know?
Well, why wouldn't he retest, too? If it was that small of a number, like, does he not become aware of what gets tested for?
He's talking about the B sample and everything else like that. He probably had numerous tests since this moment.
Well, do you have a supplement you could go and test all of them and see what may have that Ostarine in it? That's what you want to do.
Yeah, but not only that, how do you
prove still test positive?
Yeah, how do you prove that was what you took too at the time? Is there a picture of you? The NFL's rules on performance enhancing drugs have been long. I don't want to say unfair, but kind of fucking unfair, because the supplement game in the United States of America is the wild, wild west. So the NFL even tells you that, though. Like, every meeting is, hey, what you are responsible for what goes in your body. I have a question. What happens if I don't know what's going in because it's not FDA approved, none of these supplements, so what they say on the side of it could not be real at all? Well, you got to know. The companies don't even know. How the fuck am I supposed to? Yeah, you got to know. That's what. Sorry, we don't know how to fucking. Sorry about it. Basically, is what the NFL says, right? Am I not accurate in saying that? That's kind of how every single conversation, every single training camp about performance-enhancing drugs has gone that I've witnessed.
Absolutely. You're 100% right. But they tell you, you are responsible for whatever is in your body, whether that's a tainted supplement, whatever it is. But they do have a bunch of resources now where if you want to take something, they have a website you can test to see if any banned substances were ever like manufactured in that lab, all of these different things. And like Pepper Burr, still trainer, he was in Green Bay for a long time. He was like, guys, if it works, it's probably banned.
Yeah, hold on. I was about to say, same thing going through the coach training room as well.
Really?
I brought something in. I'm like, all right, I need to start hitting the weights a little bit. It was off-season workout. I'm like, this is the shit I'm going to get on. And one of the guys, just like casual smartass in the training room, trainer goes, yep, not allowed to take that. And I was like, what? Why? What are you talking about? I feel like this is something that everybody takes. He goes, well, does it work? I'm like, I think so. It seems to banned. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, there's a good rule to live by, Pat, while you're here in the NFL. If it works, if it helps you lose weight, gives you a little bit more of a pump, you get a little burn feeling inside your body, there's a 99% chance that it is banned on the thing. I was like, well, how's everybody get better, faster, stronger, and everything like that? They're eating the same shit as me. And I'm like, well, you eat pizza and you're a fat fuck. But yes, it is kind of that whole thing. I do feel like the NFL's testing policies for performance-enhancing drugs has always been very solid. Now, not always, because back in the day, there's stories of guys eating steroids in the locker room and everything like that.
They weren't tested back then.
Yeah, I was like, in the modern era, I think the NFL is pretty solid at testing and finding out what the next thing is that everybody's using to cheat and then getting that on there. Because every year there was a new something getting added to it that you've never heard of that has an insane name. And then it's like, oh, also found in blah. Like, for instance, the deer antler shit.
Yeah.
When the deer antler shit popped off, it wasn't an illegal banned substance at the time. Then it all becomes public and it's like, well, that's fucking boom. That one's now on the whole banned substance.
You're banned.
I remember when, you're banned, deer antler. You're fucking banned. You're not doing the same thing as goddamn venison meat.
Right.
You're fucking vastly different, that deer antler, this magical stuff. But yeah, I remember the next meeting where they said, added to the banned substance list, whatever the scientific term is for that deer antler spray, and going, oh, what's that? And they're like, well, it's the deer antler spray that who knows how many of you have been using.
Oh.
I'm like, fuck, who has the intel on what is not in the thing and what could be? But it is always a constant game, and I think the NFL is pretty good. Honestly, I believe that as somebody that watched and was in there.
I've said it from day one on this show, and anyone that ever asked me, because people assume everyone's taking steroids in the NFL. And I've said, I don't know how anyone gets away with taking like legit anything that is on the banned substance list. If anyone's injecting themselves with anything, I don't know how they're getting away with it. I'm sure there are some guys doing it in creative ways with nice like guys that are ahead of the system. But man, I just think the performance enhancing part of it, like they test you a lot. Like I don't know how you get around it.
I think
now, HGH, that's a different story. People are doing that for sure.
Whoa. They're drawing blood now.
What are you talking
Are they still drawing blood? Do we know?
And has anybody ever failed for it without just saying, yeah, I'm taking it? Yeah. Probably not. They might come to somebody and say, your human growth levels are much higher than everybody else's that we've ever got. Well, that's because I produce it higher.
Sorry about it.
Do you have any scientific proof that says I fucking don't? No. Fuck off. And now if somebody goes, you got me. I'm so sorry. I think they got it. But I believe the HGH testing has not been foolproof yet. I believe there's...
That was a big deal for a couple of years. Like, oh, they're going to draw blood. Like, you don't want to have to take blood from these dudes, all of it.
I think it was 3 years fighting that.
Yeah, because they're like, okay, how do we find a baseline? We need a baseline number that we could compare these numbers to. Okay, let's say like a weird number. This guy, his HGH level was 800. I don't know if that's how they would label it or whatever. And this guy's is 300. Well, what's your baseline? What do you start at? I don't know.
And remember the big fight was... Well, some basic-ass normal fucking doctor humans got something. You would think that J.J. Watts is probably higher. Yeah. Just natural by the name. Human growth hormone. J.J. is J.J. and you are you. That was kind of what the NFLPA said through the entirety. And I believe the NFL and the NFLPA, and this is an assumption, not an accurate, and I don't want this to be slander or libel to anybody, but I believe the NFL went to the NFLPA and said, hey, we got to fucking test for it. The whole world is looking at it. Nobody's going to fail because we don't have a baseline, but we have to fucking put it in. And the NFLPA was like, all right, deal. Fucking draw blood, I guess. You guys are paying for the nurse that's drawing the blood with the piss test as well? Yeah, we'll handle all of that. Okay, you got to do what you got to. That's what it felt like, didn't it, AJ? That's kind of what it felt like when it was kind of rolling into the NFL towards the tail end of our careers.
Oh, absolutely. It was like a big thing. It really was between the PA and the NFL and all this stuff. And I don't know how it ends up. I don't know if we got to ask some current players. Hey, what's the deal? Like with that, when's the last time you had to give blood?
Do you think any of these current players are on any of the shit that was potentially being used in the past? I feel like nowadays the naturopathic is what DeAndre said. I think that is much more mainstream for like everybody. Like Toradol use. I wonder if Toradol usage, there's always going to be people that take it and are dogs and don't care about what goes in their body. But I feel like nowadays the modern athlete is much more like count your carbs, your sugars, everything going into your body. There's a lot of people that didn't want the vaccine in their body because they're like, everything that I put into my body is calculated from the doctor that I met with when I was 10 years old. Okay, drew my blood. This is what I'm allergic to. This is the optimum amount of calories I'm supposed to take. My metabolic resting rate is this.
I want to hang out with this guy.
There's a lot of those people.
I know there's a healthy mix. You got to have a healthy balance, I feel like, of being instinctual and a real person as well as a little bit of that maybe.
There's got to be dogs everywhere, though, that are like, fuck it. Shoot me off.
Yeah, AJ Hawk should be the baseline for all current players on HGH testing. If anyone has HGH levels in their body above AJ Hawk, ban them immediately because they are cheating.
What do you think? That jawline?
Yes.
I wonder what mine is. I need to get mine tested.
Infinity.
Can you do that?
Through the roof.
I think you can get yours tested. Yeah, you can probably get everything. I've heard people give their blood, and then the doctor comes back and tells them what they should eat, what they shouldn't eat, what their body's best on. Like, guys swear by it. Have you done that?
Yeah, I did. I went to one of those guys, 4 or 5 years ago, and he said, you're heavily allergic to like the eggs, chicken eggs that you eat. And I was like, well, I eat like 15 of them a day. And he said, okay, well, you're very allergic. And he said, are you going to stop eating them? And I said, is it going to change my life? And he was like, he paused and he said, no, I don't know, actually. He said, it basically, like, he said you're allergic as in, like, it inflames. I snore bad. I can't breathe out of my nose. He said it's inflammation, like, in my head and all that. Whatever. Who knows?
So you paid this doctor.
I eat a ton of eggs still.
Okay. So you paid this doctor to run a test. Then this doctor gives you his findings or her findings, and you say, yeah, I'm not going to fucking listen to you. What is that?
Well, when I asked him, he said, oh, okay. It's like when anyone says, oh, I'm allergic to this, or I can't have gluten. Oh, really? Or is it an intolerance, or is it just upset your little baby tummy? Which one is it? I need to know.
Are you hurt or you injured?
Yeah, and so that's what I asked him with my eggs. I said allergic, but I still been going about my life thriving.
My eggs.
Is it going to change my life? And he said, you know what? Probably not that much. I said, all right, thank you very much.
So you've been going through your life thriving. Why'd you even fucking give your blood to the person?
What's the point?
Because I wanted to know if there was something else. He tested for like 5 billion different foods and different things.
Yeah, people change their entire life with that. Joining us now is a man who was in the NBA for a long time, so I wonder if the NBA has the same type of bullshit that NFL players go through to try to keep their bodies on the day-to-day. Much longer season, a lot of running, a lot of traveling. I'd be intrigued to hear his thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, co-host of the Knuckleheads podcast, Q Richardson.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
Hey, Q, sorry you caught us in the tail end of that conversation there. Allegedly, DeAndre Hopkins was on Ostarine, which we just learned about. 0.1% is something that happened. Did the NBA, there's not a lot of performance-enhancing drugs in the NBA, right? Ever? Has there ever been?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, we just go hoop, man. I haven't heard a lot. I don't even know what Ostarine is, whatever that is. That's my first time, I think, ever hearing that word.
So, yeah, I didn't know what it was either. Obviously, AJ did. He is a picture of performance-enhancing drugs over there. He never failed to test. Never failed to test.
Someday I will.
Yeah, well, me too, hopefully, if we find the right shit. Maybe you need Ostarine a little bit. But the long-ass season, and with the sleep deprivation and the travel and the joints, is there any thought to all that, or is it just we'll eat, we'll hoop, we'll move on to the next city? It feels like the NBA much more nonchalant when it comes to all that stuff.
Yeah, man. I mean, from my knowledge, I mean the teams and a lot of the organizations have been doing a lot of different things as far as like staying over after games, trying to make sure players get the extra rest. But that's about the extent of it that I know. I think Doc Rivers might have been one of the first guys that when he had Boston, he would have them stay over after the game instead of getting out of there unless it was a back-to-back, obviously. So I mean, other than that, I haven't heard too much crazy stuff. I mean, obviously, like you guys talked about nutritionists and different things like that, but I hadn't ran across any performance enhancing guys or anything. I hadn't even really heard a lot of stories about that in the NBA.
Okay, so us NFL guys on our Tremblant sandwiches would go over and fucking wreck shop.
Built different.
Thought so, dude. Wait till you see what half man, half horse can do. That's what the NFL had there for like fucking 15, 20 years. They had to make a lot of rules. Quentin, let's dive into this. The draft is tonight. Huge night for the NBA. Everybody knows the lottery selection and how this all comes about. It's the most exciting and electrifying way to determine the order of a draft, I think, out of all sports. Now, everybody assumes it's rigged because it's the NBA, and everybody thinks everything is rigged. But the Orlando Magic have the first pick, then the Thunder, Rockets, Kings, Pistons, Pacers at number 6. There's been a lot of jump on who's the favorite to be the number 1 overall pick. Just yesterday, I think, Banchero out of Duke ran up to the top of all the sports books to be the favorite. This morning, right now, Jabari Smith is minus 480 at FanDuel to go number 1 overall. Everybody, I think Woj tweeted that the first 3 are already locked in with Chet Holmgren getting thrown in there. Is there any surprises in this thing? Should we look for that to happen? And are these guys that are projected to go top overall, are they just locks to do well in the NBA?
I mean, as far as skill wise, I think all of these guys have the skill and talent to be able to do well in the NBA. But I think we all know it depends on what's inside of them, man. What's driving them, how hard they're willing to work, and how bad they want, a great career in the NBA. Because I don't care how much talent you got, if you don't put that work in, your ass gonna be out of here or sitting on the bench pretty soon.
Hey, what's the biggest thing for these young guys coming into the league? Say they're a top 5 pick and they come in. Do they all have to instantly become better shooters? I feel like everybody in the NBA is lights out wherever you go. Like, what's the biggest adjustment?
I think the biggest adjustment is just the talent level. I think, when you're in college or wherever you come from and you a top 5 pick, you used to being like a lot better than most of the guys around you. And when you come here, everybody done what you already did. And they got years in this. So they looking at you like, okay, young buck, what you gonna do? And it's, obviously, some guys can translate and hit off right away, but that's not, realistic for everybody either.
Why do you think there's been so much jump on the sports books on who's going to go 1 overall? Like the NFL draft, we tried to read the GM that's making the pick. We try to read the situation. Then obviously the hype. Is the NBA the same way when figuring out who's going to get drafted, or is it always like the best players going to go before the other best players? Because in basketball, you can kind of build around superstars.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually unless you have some type of, crazy gap from the, the top guy to the next guy. If it's guys are kind of similar in talent, you would look at what team has the number 1 pick and what their need is, and then you can kind of gauge off that. I think that's why a lot of people are saying that Jabari Smith is going to go number 1 overall to Orlando because he fits a need because they got a lot of big guys, and he too is a 6'10" big guy, but he's seen as more of a wing player. And, he has the Kevin Durant comparison, so that's extremely intriguing. And, I mean, when you look at Chet Holmgren, I would think if they didn't have some of the bigger guys they had, that he would be an option. But they got a lot of big guys, so I don't know how realistic that is for him.
Chet, hilarious looking person, right? I mean, he's a 1 of 1, right? Doesn't it feel like he's a 1 of 1? And that's
no, he is actually not. I was actually at dinner last night and I saw him and his family, and literally he has 2 sisters, the mother, everybody. You'll see tomorrow at the draft. You will not be saying that he is a 1 and 1 or tonight. I'm sorry, tonight at the draft. You'll be seeing tonight at the draft. His whole family is tall like that. He had like 2 sisters. We were all looking like, this is crazy. Like everybody. Like, seriously, they all footers. It was amazing.
They're all footers. That's hysterical. That is.
I mean, for the women, that's 6 footers, but that's still tall. It was crazy.
Hey, that's hilarious basketball lingo. Yeah, he's a footer or whatever. Yeah. It feels like, by the way, the future of the basketball is all footers. There's a dude at IMG who's like 7'4" or something. He's a 15-year-old, and it seems like he's got handles, and now they're learning earlier how to take care of the body, and they're getting more dexterity somehow. Back in the day, when somebody had a growth spurt, they couldn't walk. They looked like a giraffe for like maybe the next 2-3 years of their life. Nowadays, it feels like these 7-foot guys, 6'10" guys have more handle and shot. Why is that? And is that the future of the game? Just big guys that can do everything?
I mean, yeah, I think that's the evolution of it. You see these guys, like you said, at a much younger age, at being taller, they figuring out their coordination and they trying different things. I mean, I think when you got guys like Joel Embiid, Jokic, Kevin Durant being as tall as he is, and those guys have changed the game. You see the big guys growing up, they look at that and they say that I want to do that, or I want to be able to handle the ball and shoot jumpers. So they start trying it at such a young age that they realistically have a good chance to be good at it. And some of them are really, you see the Brandon Ingrams and, the Tatums, and these guys are legit 6'9", 6'10", and able to do everything that guards could do because they saw these guys coming before them.
Hey, 6'9", 6'10" looks a lot different these days, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I mean, 6'9", 6'10" back in the day used to be, other than
Playing point guard now.
This is,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't even really, people couldn't even run. They looked uncomfortable. Like, the joint's dead in about a year.
Yeah. Won't make
and then lugging back then down the court,
I like watching them backpedal.
And that just, like nowadays, Tatum, I had no idea Tatum's 6'9".
Huge.
He is monster and he's smooth and it's crazy how the human, body has evolved into the incredible athlete that some people become nowadays. I think it's obviously because of science, and the more we learn, the better it gets. But I feel like the NBA is going to benefit from that type of shit immensely going forward, especially if everybody in Chet's family is a bunch of footers, dude.
Yeah, bring them in.
Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Q Rich, for dudes like Jokic and Luka who are coming from overseas who have already played pro, is there a more kind of advantage to drafting guys like that because they're already in the culture of professional basketball versus guys that are coming out of college?
I think all of that's a situational type deal because there's been some guys that's come over from overseas that's been playing pro and they didn't really hit off as good as those two. I think those two are extreme scenarios where you're looking at, obviously Jokic being a back-to-back MVP and Luka being in that conversation now. So, I mean, I think those two guys I think Luka is a super, super rare situation where he came over and he was 100% pro ready. He had played however many years in the pros and had won MVPs and won championships. So he was a really rare situation where he came over and he feels like the NBA is is not as physical as overseas in the league that he played at. So I think he came in a different type of situation.
I don't want to take everything back to Chet. He's going to get fucking bodied, though.
Wait, who? Chet?
Yeah.
Oh, listen, the kid is thin. I mean, I'm gonna reserve that opinion until I see him get out there because it's not the same NBA it was 10 years ago. 10, 15 years ago, I would absolutely say he's gonna get creamed and crushed down inside. But I mean, it's a lot of guys that slim and trim and they moving and they figuring it out. So I think if he can figure out a way and his body if he got that wiry strong thing going, we'll see. He definitely has the length. He's gonna be a threat at the rim on offense and defense no matter what.
He's got that wiry strength going on. Wiry. Absolutely. I fucking love it. Go ahead, Tone.
Q Rich, can you please explain to us how John Wall, well, I know it's guaranteed contracts, but 40 games over the last 3 years, and he's gotten $47 million this year. Does Houston just not want to play him? What's the situation? If you could just explain that to us, please.
Well, yeah, I think last year was absolutely a situation where he wanted to play. He came out a couple times. I think, you take your hat off to him because Houston had young draft picks and young players and basically went totally young. And they told him, that he could have bucked the system and said, nah, but he agreed with them that he would stay away from the team to allow those guys to, find their way and do their thing. And having a figure like that could kind of be intimidating, even if he's not trying to it sometimes. So I think he did a cool thing as far as from a player standpoint, but then it came to a point where he was like, yo, I agreed to go away because I thought, you guys were going to make a move for me and I was going to get to go somewhere. Like, I'm ready to play. I was injured before, but like this past season, from everything I heard and know, he was ready to play. He was available to play, but they weren't able to make a move for him. So, I mean, you look at now what's going to come up on this year. If they can't make a move for him, it's going to be the same situation because he doesn't want to sit out again this year. I mean, anybody who follows him on Instagram, you see him. He's been working extremely hard. He looks like he's in great shape. He's looking like he's got his athleticism and things back. So he's ready to play. So something has to come to a head here with that.
Are the Rockets dumb? What? How is this even? Hey, we don't want this if he's healthy. John Wall, if he's healthy, right? Still a guy. Still a guy?
Yeah, he's a guy to me. I think so. Everything he showed me before, before shutting it down, when they asked him not to play anymore, he looked like he was back. And everything I've seen from, social media of him working out, I don't take much account of that. I look at how his body is, how his explosion, and how he's moving and things like that. So I don't try and look and see what type of highlights are being shown. I just
production value,
he's back healthy and he looks like he's back physically where he needs to be. And if that's true, I think John Wall can play in this league right now and be impactful.
Production value probably pretty high. He made $47 million, didn't do anything last year. I saw him play a game of spades, I believe, during an interview, and he was crushing. Looked like he still had his competitive edge, which I respect. But the Rockets think their culture is so fucking bad that John Wall will pay you $47 million not to be around our team. What? I thought that type of incompetency only happened in the NFL at some places, like Detroit. Not now, obviously, with MCDC, but that sounds like a Detroit Lions type situation there. Is that what the Rockets are known for, and how did this come to be, you think?
I don't think they're known for that. I think it's just a situation. This is why when I hear fans and different people talk about, trying to be critical to pro athletes, it's like this is a prime situation. Like, they told him, like, now the shoe was on the other foot, and he was unhappy, and he was saying, hey, I want to be away from the team. They'd be telling him he's a team killer, he's this, but like he amicably agreed. They said, hey, we don't want you around. Go home and be away. And like, I'm being paid $47 million. I could totally say I belong here. I don't want to go anywhere. But he did that amicably. But if the shoe was on the other foot, where he's feeling like, hey,
diva, asshole,
they would kill him. He's paying you $47 million. They would be killing him. And this is just how it goes. That's why I feel like he's in a great situation where he was hurt and all of those things going on, but he's getting paid a ton of money no matter what happens. So he does win in that situation, but it's like everybody isn't that fortunate. You get guys that get sent home and stuff, they ain't got no guaranteed deal. It's just over with for them.
Q Rich, can the Warriors keep this up? Can they continue to dominate and win championships? And are they going to be able to keep this team together?
Yes. From everything Joe Lacob has said, he sold a piece of I think he sold a piece of the arena or the team or something to give himself like $500 to $600 million to be able to cover the run. So, I mean, when you win a championship and you do things like that, like that kind of pays for it. Like, like everybody talked about the Rams having another ring. They came and had the Super Bowl there and won it. They got all of that money back. They on the way to getting it back if they ain't got it all back. So it's like for the Warriors, I think they were being smart and tactful and knowing, like, trying to calculate how many more years the Steph and Draymond and Clay have together, and they want to close that run out and not do what my Chicago Bulls did and ran MJ out of town and ruined the damn dynasty we had. So I salute Joe Lacob and that ownership group for sticking to the guns and standing with these guys through and through, like, because they went through a lot of injuries and stuff where people were saying you should trade Clay, you should do this, you should blow it up, and they held firm and they reaping the benefits of it now.
They watched The Last Dance. They're like, we will not be portrayed how Jerry Krause. Is that his name?
Crumbs.
Jerry Krause.
Whatever his name. It can't have you guys dunking on me on the team plane and me being the asshole. Last question from me, Q, before I know you have a long day of coverage of the NBA draft, and we appreciate your time. Who's the European that's just going to sneak in here and we're not going to know who exists and then probably become somebody tonight? Is there a couple guys? Is there anybody on the lookout here that we should keep an eye for?
I'm hearing this. I don't want to say his name wrong. It's close to Jokic. It's like Nikola
Jovic.
Jovic. That's it. Jovic. It's something like that. It's like he's from what I'm hearing, he's gonna be that somebody is gonna sneak up and kind of surprise people. I haven't seen much, but that's what I'm being told.
Is that Boa? Is that Bo Cruz?
I don't know.
Have you watched Hustle?
Oh no, that's not. No, I haven't watched the movie. That's not him. No, that's not. That's Juanchero. Juan. I can't remember his
Bo
last
Cruz.
name.
His name's Bo Cruz. From this point forward.
22.
You haven't seen Hustle though? Did you?
Listen, I've been so busy running around between the podcast, the finals, and then doing stuff with the coming up to the draft now. I have not had a chance to be honest.
What's the NBA community's thoughts on Hustle? Overwhelmingly positive?
Yeah, I think everybody I talked to, everybody loved it. Like all the players I talked to, a lot of the, Kenny and all them guys are excited about it. I mean, everybody I talked to like it.
Okay, Anthony Edwards might win an Oscar.
Yeah, crushed.
I heard he was real good in there. A lot of people was talking about him, saying he really did good. Like he might be able to act for real.
Yeah, or that's just who he is, and it just was an easy role.
Yeah.
Just natural villain, asshole, shit talker, which I think he could be.
Yeah, Kermit.
He might be a method actor. We're not 100% sure. Who
Either way.
knows? We appreciate you. Good luck today, pal.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Quentin Richardson. Thank you.
Yeah, Q Rich.
Did he play in the Big Three? Is he still on? Q, did you ever play in the Big Three?
Yeah, I won championship season 2. Power. Me, Corey Maggetti, Patino Mobley, Big Baby Davis,
what a team.
Birdman,
Stacked.
Coach Nancy Lieberman. Yeah, we took home the title that year.
Did you guys even lose a game there with that team?
We lost, I think, once or twice, maybe once. I think we lost one game.
Did you love it?
Oh yeah, we had an awesome time. It was a cool time, man. Every weekend we get together and like we kicked a lot of ass that time, and that was my first time in a long time winning a championship. So it was sweet.
Okay, I'm happy. It's going into its 5th season right now. Yeah. Big Three. It's fucking incredible. There's not a lot of leagues that last 5 seasons, and that's because former champion of the Big Three, Quentin Richardson.
Yeah, Q Rich.
You need to add that in. Maybe a little more research next time by me. Jeez, use your fucking this one here. I think this part of the brain right here, AJ.
Where'd you get that?
What's that? I've been had the golden brain. You know what I mean?
Oh, he was on vacation when he popped out.
Oh yeah,
that's
I
why.
had a doctor on the other day, a neurosurgeon, former NFL guy, smartest NFL guy of all time, Dr. Myron Rowe. He has a book out right now, and he broke down the entire brain, AJ. The entire.
He's a very, very smart guy. He was a good player too.
He was at Florida State. I feel like ball player.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is a Rhodes Scholar here, and I think while I was watching it when I was young. The fuck does that mean? Who cares? Like a Rhodes Scholar. You know how hard his day-to-day had to have been at Florida State? He graduated in like 2.5 years. He had been taking 20-plus hours a semester all year round while also playing football at a very high level with those same workouts that we had to do in Tallahassee.
Yeah. I mean, he's a special dude. I'm sure they recognize that early on from a young age. Like this dude, okay, he's kind of squared away at 5 years old probably.
I think he was the #1 recruit coming out of high school, too.
Yeah, #1 athlete.
He only missed...
Is he related to the other roles, I assume?
Like Entree?
Like DU Miami?
Samari, yeah, he mentioned them.
Did he?
Talked to him, yeah.
I don't remember.
He mentioned Entree and Samari.
That's this part of the brain right here, not showing up for me. Right
Hey, what happened with Florio?
Florio tweeted this morning, I did a little throwback Thursday. You know, Thursdays are a fun day to kind of look back on your life. Fox, he sent me this photo of a Pro Football Talk article and headline when I retired. Pat McAfee leaves $2.75 million on the table. I think it was like 5 something, but
I saw this, yeah.
Potentially owes the Colts $400,000. Mike Florio, 5 years ago, Pro Football Talk. I mean, that was just something that happened. So I said, it'll all work out. You know why? Because it has to. And that is a real thing. What is, if it doesn't work out, what, death? No. So everything has to work out. Like, I think that's a pretty good way to view some stuff, and it's how I've basically viewed everything in my life. And at that moment, there was obviously a lot of chatter about how dumb I was. And that article was just a headline that basically, encapsulated everything that kind of happened. He put a tweet and said, like, I don't know what happened. We were once friends, and now he takes it's like, whoa.
You're not taking a shot here.
Not at all.
No, I didn't think so either. But a lot of people who don't like Florio were responding to that tweet,
I didn't even put it together that Florio wrote it. I just saw the headline.
It's right down there at the bottom left corner.
I know. I'm saying
5 years ago.
But I could have, if I would have cropped it, we would have got out to 5 years ago, which is pretty vital to the entire thing.
Would he have felt better if you would have, whited out his name?
I don't know.
It doesn't even matter because the Pro Football Talk's on the top. I think everyone would have assumed.
Mike Florio.
Yeah.
And he would have got the tweets no matter what.
So I just let him know, like, hey, I got no problem with you, bub. No problem at all.
He's got a book out, Game Changer, right?
I think. Yeah. Book. Yeah. He has a book. He has an absolute book out. He's great for the NFL because the way he covers things comes from an angle of somebody that I've never encountered in my life before.
What is that?
Just seems like he has
a lawyer?
Yes, a lawyer, and he has the ability to break down like because what we're realizing is a lot of bad stuff happens during the offseason that you have to cover on the day-to-day. So the way he breaks things down, it makes it much easier for us all to understand, but also it seems like it is a lot of the negative stuff that he is breaking down. So we go the vastly opposite direction mostly, but we are always very appreciative, I think, of Florio. Gumpy was anti-Florio for a bit.
Yeah, but
because
why?
Florio didn't want football.
Correct. He was the war.
Dr. Florio.
Florio was against football?
The war on football.
When COVID was coming back, Florio was not happy that the NFL was doing something that the rest of the world was not doing, I believe, is when Gumpy started to hate him because Gumpy's like, we need fucking football. And Florio, you're one of the most important voices in football. So when he came out a little bit against it, I think that's when Gumpy checked out of the Florio camp. But with that being said, he's really the only one. I think.
Yeah, just because Gumpy hates someone, you can't hold that against him.
Yeah,
He hates
everybody.
everybody.
Yeah, everybody basically will be except for the love of his life.
That's right. And
I was also on that train, though, too. I can't just sit here quietly and say.
Yeah, I don't think any of us were necessarily pumped that he was trying to slow down the return of football.
Yeah.
And
So
that,
what does he feel about Sankey, our commissioner from the SEC?
Probably hates
Greg?
I would assume that he said some things about Greg
Probably
Sankey.
hates
that whole
Bob
thing.
Harper.
General Bob.
Yeah.
Dr. Alan Sills, I believe he had a qualm with as well.
But Dr. Florio has been, see, I just did it. That's rude of me, and I did not mean that. It was just in my head. Florio's been doing this for so long, though. He sold that blog. He sold blogs to like every network at this point. He is the landing page, or was the landing page, for a lot of coaches around the NFL in their computer. And I think we've always said that.
I was reading Pro Football Talk when I was in high school.
Bingo. That's like 45 years ago.
We use his stuff all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
He should. Hey, wouldn't you? I would pay money to watch a series. Like if Chris Sims held a camera behind Florio found out the address of people that have said negative comments to him. They opened the door and he punched him in the face and walked away.
I'd like that.
I would watch that.
I would too. His fists are going to get sore though.
Well, I mean, some people are going to come back at him, and then we get to see a little scuffle, and Florio wins.
No, but he's going to have to punch a lot of people, I think. Like because he stands under the rim though.
Oh, yeah, all the
Pick
time.
a couple then.
And Florio aside, I'd watch anybody do that.
Yeah, you're right.
Just someone walk up to someone's door with someone filming them behind them.
Who was that redheaded dude, UFC fighter?
Only if the person was really a hateable person that opened the door, though. That's the only way you want to see that.
What was it? Bully or something? MTV had something where.
Oh, Mayhem Miller did it. He used to go beat up bullies.
Yeah, the redhead guy, right?
Yeah, Mayhem is he's properly named Mayhem Miller. Yeah, he's had a lot of things happen.
His actual name is Jason Miller, I guess. Birth name is Jason Miller. Mayhem is his name, and that makes. I think it was on MTV where if there's
Bully beat down.
Bully, yeah, he would knock on the door and say, "How you doing? Today's the day."
That's awesome.
He would take him into like an octagon, I think, and they'd have like a mixed martial arts fight.
It was amazing.
Bring this back.
Yeah, the amount of lawsuits, I assume.
Oh,
so
plenty.
many.
The best, though, is when the bullies were up for it. Like, yeah, let's go. Like, ready and willing to step in there, and then still got their ass beat.
Yeah, well, at least the bully went down swinging, as opposed to some of those like catfish that get caught and they're like, "Oh, my life has been so hard.
I wonder.
So I need to ruin other people's. I'm so sorry." And you start like they're like turning babyface almost.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of these bullies are doing. Just like what fucking Corbin's trying to do right now.
Yeah,
No,
that guy.
son of a bitch.
That
Guy's
loser.
a bully out here
You
trying.
have a program that I don't know about, right, with this guy?
No, but there was a little bit of a little give and take I was afforded the opportunity to have on last Friday, though, with him. And
I saw that.
I've known him a long time.
That's so rude.
Not everything's a program.
Who's rude?
Everyone, you get the whole arena to laugh at a guy. Are you kidding me?
That's what he needed.
Yes.
Why are you taking his side?
The guy's become the most
I'm not
arrogant.
taking his side. I'm just saying, as an outsider watching this, seemed very rude.
Oh,
Well, that's because you don't know who he is. Yeah, I'm trying to help him. I'm trying to bring him back to his roots, or what made him like a successful
Tear him
person.
down. Tear him down before you build him up.
No. Humble. His arrogant,
Remind him.
insufferable.
What?
It's bully beatdown. I did a bully beatdown with the people of Minnesota, and you're like, oh, yeah, this is you. You did exactly what I was just referring to. That's he did.
You're a real prick.
You are.
Why don't you and old buddy, you and Corbin, have a tag team match against Elias and Ezekiel, and we'll just call it a day? That's a great program.
I would never team with
step.
this particular Corbin that he has become.
They're raw, dude.
I would team with both Ezekiel and
the same
Elias.
time?
Sure.
This is bullshit. You were on Alex Cole's side. You were on Austin's side.
Yup.
Sick of it.
This guy's side.
Who's Alex
Vince's
Cole?
side.
Huh?
Who's Alex Cole?
Adam
That guy
Cole's
that came in. Oh,
younger brother.
Adam is his name. Adam, the guy that came in here.
Oh,
Yes,
Adam,
of course
my
I know
bad.
Adam Cole. Very
Sorry.
nice guy.
Little guy.
No, he's not.
He's not on the show.
He is.
Almost
He's
killed
not
Ty.
what you said.
He stinks.
Booker T came out and said what you just said about him.
He's not even in the business anymore, is he?
He's
Oh yeah, he might be.
he
Alex
is.
Cole
He's
now.
in the
B League.
the elite business.
Needs to hit the weight room. Allegedly.
That's what Booker T said. We're not saying it.
Get
No, it's,
Robert De Niro's boots from The Irishman, maybe. Grow a foot or two.
Does he wear those?
He should.
You've got to
Younger
see
brother.
where Those are sweet.
He's 6'6".
What movie am I watching on this 3-day weekend?
I think you should still go Armageddon, but whatever you want.
Armageddon's an awesome one.
Ty told you one. I forget what it was.
John Wick.
Oh,
John Wick.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bruce. Appreciate that.
Attaboy, Bruce.
Pay attention,
Yeah,
Bruce.
Aaron loves that one. I haven't seen it. Everyone loves it.
It's so good. It is awesome. I think there's a chance you watch all 3 this weekend because of how good they are.
Okay.
No
You'll
him.
see.
No
Is it
him,
real,
though.
though, or is it fake?
It's very real.
Real.
It's based on a true story.
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's not like sci-fi.
Oh,
No.
Listen,
Based on a true story?
Oh, yeah.
Let's put a bullet through someone.
Dude killed his dog, and he
Sci-fi.
kills everybody. That's all I know.
trying to get Pat to watch a movie you don't start with. It's so good, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Everyone relax.
Sorry.
That makes
Wow.
me not want to watch it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's because you're a douche.
What do you think, Pat? Does it make you want to watch it, Pat?
John Wick, I've heard good responses to. I mean, when Ty watched the most recent one, which I don't know what number it is, it was
Parabellum.
after Keanu did that shooting class where he was running through and doing a bum 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 the whole thing.
Those videos are-
And then Ty watched the newest one. Ty coming in,
Yeah.
John Wick just killed people for 90 straight minutes last night. Like just how jacked up and enthused it got Ty. It does make me want to watch. I didn't want to watch it then.
I'll watch it. You know what? I'll watch it. Ty, I do respect Ty as a movie review guy. I absolutely
He does
do.
have one
So,
of the coolest nicknames of all time in the movies.
Yeah.
I like Keanu. I think Keanu's awesome too.
Yeah, also Keanu bought, after the 3rd filming, he bought Rolexes for like all the set crew and his stuntman and stuff.
Great guy.
He's a good guy.
He's a legend.
Hell of a quarterback.
Yeah, he's
Well, Connor loves him because he smokes cigs
so.
Keanu Reeves smokes cigs.
all the time. There's pictures of him all over, like on his motorcycle by himself. Yeah.
Hacking butts.
He was a Buckeye.
It's also Canadian.
He was. He was.
He was a
Shane
Buckeye.
Falco.
Johnny Utah.
Oh, you like Keanu?
Oh yeah, I mean, I
Point
love
Break.
Point Break. That movie's
Yeah,
beautiful.
class.
What about 2?
Yeah.
2 sucked.
Yeah, dude.
Just like every follow-up except for Top Gun.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't see 2.
It was bad.
Top
Should.
Gun?
Don't
You
do
should.
it.
Hour 3 is on the other
Point
side.
Break.
See you then.
Bob Carpenter has seen Point Break 18 times. already.
Bob Carpenter has seen Top Gun 4 times. Got emotional while cutting a promo for it on his social media. Did you see
I
that?
did not see the
Oh,
video. I didn't
man.
watch it.
Dude,
What do you
Carp's
mean?
Corner. Corner.
Yeah.
One of the episodes was him breaking down.
I might see him tonight, so I can't wait.
Here we go.
Well, I saw him see you eating a steak, by the way. Thought you were just a Yardbird guy, pal.
Yeah.
Bob, all of a sudden, I was sitting there about to eat some food, and Bob takes a picture. I'm like, "What are you doing?" I'm gonna send this to Pat and the boys. And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Cause you're eating steak." And I was like, "Okay." They have no clue what I eat. Is it a big deal or something?
We do.
We do know.
What
We
is that?
watched you every single meal eat either chicken eggs or
Okay.
adult chickens killed. You are strictly a Yardbird guy. So now here we are, just a couple weeks out from
You
Tahoe.
can't pigeonhole me. You can't
You
put
have.
me in a corner.
Oh, look.
You
Whitney.
have, not us. You have pigeonholed yourself.
Yeah.
You eat it every meal. Not a problem. This is not a knock on you.
Whoa.
We're just saying you are changing everything just a couple weeks out from Tahoe. Sounds like you're a little bit worried. Sounds like you're scared. Trying to change some
I'm
things
not
up.
worried. This has nothing to do with my golf
Looks
game. You know that.
delicious.
Well,
Everything
It's
does.
everything. It has to
Yeah.
do with everything, pal.
Yeah, well, I just started eating steak and red meat again for the first time in like 11 or 12 years, probably 2 months ago.
Don't
Okay.
pigeonhole yourself.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted it.
I didn't do it
said,
for
you know
11
what?
to 12 years,
Steak
over a
sounds-
decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
Steak
pigeonhole
sounds
me.
good again.
2 months
I want
ago.
steak, so I got it.
You know what happened?
How is the steak? Pretty good?
Yeah, it's great. I got burnt out 10, 11 years ago, stopped it. It worked well for me. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I think my body needs it again.
Dude, I cannot wait for 2032 when you're getting your first taste of Yardbird again.
Oh, no, I still eat
chicken.
chicken. A lot of chicken.
I love chicken.
That's
What
not
do you put
happened.
on chicken? You put hot sauce on chicken? A little salsa on chicken? What do you do on top of your chicken?
I like barbecue, or I like a little like hot, like spicy, like wing sauce sometimes from different places.
Red Hots.
Frank's has
Frank's.
0 carbs in it, I think.
Sriracha.
So I'll take a little grilled chicken now that I'm in full keto. Thanks for noticing.
Yeah.
Thank you, AJ.
Yeah,
For
ketosis
noticing.
is
You can tell
starting.
It's already happening.
It's obvious.
Thank you, AJ.
I mean, you do naturally have big arms.
Thank you. Yeah, muscle memory. They've been around a long time.
What?
But I'll get that grilled chicken and I will just smother that thing in Frank's Red Hot. I don't even know I'm eating chicken. I honestly have no idea how dry this bullshit grilled chicken is that AJ eats every single meal of his life.
I hate dry chicken.
Oh,
air,
it choke. I
air fry
can't.
that chicken, it'll change your life.
No, well, if I'm making it, of course. This is DoorDash life.
okay.
Yeah, this is DoorDash life where this chicken comes and it's literally shredded chicken as you're trying to cut it because it's sticking to the knife.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
hate that.
just sharpened his knife yesterday on the thing. What's going on? Oh, it's a dry chicken. Well, I know what the deal is. Cole Franken, not Moraldo, not Moraldo's dad.
Correct.
I'm talking about Mr. Red Hot. Oh, I take the top off. Don't even have the little hole thing and just and then it's right to the mouth. And I'm sweating as well.
Sure.
It's like a perfect meal and a workout at the same time. I fucking beat the system. You can too. You can too. And that's free advice right there.
You know what really happened? AJ told us this phony baloney story. Oh, I got taste from you again after 10, 12. He saw Liver King surfing on that wakeboard and curling that weight at the same time. He said, I want to be like that.
We all want to be like Liver King, AJ. There's only one of them.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, I've had 36 people send me his videos.
Yeah. Okay, Primal.
That's what you said about. That's what you said about the Let's Ride video. How
Hasn't
come,
been 36, but I 7 or 8.
how come people send you these
Have
videos?
you seen this dude? Oh my gosh.
Have you seen Liver King?
Yeah, I mean he's an absolute freak of nature. Yes,
He's an animal. Bill told us he eats liver to raise his testosterone levels. That's why he looks the way he looks.
Makes sense.
What's
Should
Bill's
just-
excuse?
What's that?
It's Bill's excuse.
Bill eats humans.
Yeah.
Bill, that wasn't fair. Bill,
For the love of the game.
Bill, you
Come on,
had
you can't say that.
Bill, you had a great morning.
Yeah, nice
I've
job,
never said
Bill.
that.
Bill, you did not. That is so fucked up of me.
I said he kills them. I never said he eats them.
Well, I know. I took it to the next step.
It's just hobbies.
Bill does
Everyone's
not eat
got 'em.
humans.
I don't even think he kills them.
It was
He
really
still
put
has
on
them
a-
in zombie
put on
mode.
a tape
Drill
for you.
holes in
You
their
kinda
brain.
had to say it.
even think he kills them.
Just keeps them alive.
slowly.
Yeah, like Dahmer, he drills random holes in their brain.
You
He
want to
turns
play
them into
games?
zombies.
That's like what's that movie? Citizen.
Law-abiding citizen.
Law-abiding citizen. That
yeah.
medicine they shoot where you're still alive.
The neurotoxin.
yeah, from the blowfish,
Yeah.
the puffer fish.
Bill's got the only supply in North America.
Yeah. Just tortures people in his basement.
Bill had a hell of a morning. Bill was one of the first ones with an extension cord to get this thing right back. So
Genius.
Bill doesn't deserve any of this. Hey, Bill, we appreciate you.
Hey, attaboy, Bill. Way to get it going.
Don't eat humans or kill them, though, please.
Yeah.
That'll fall on all of us, and we don't want to have to go to
Thank
court.
you, Bill.
Even though courts seem to be a clusterfuck all the time, we do not want to have to go there.
Yeah, we take him to C-SPAN, and, he'll be fine. Nothing will happen to him.
But if he's eating human, we don't want him to be fine. We would like justice to be served.
True. So stop eating humans then? Or
Well, we don't know if he is. What we're saying is it feels like we were
Those are
potentially.
bad people.
Yeah, like Dexter.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood ate people?
No, but he killed bad people, and he stole from them
stole
and gave them to
and
the
gave
poor
Boondock
people.
Saints. That's what Boondock
Yeah.
Saints is.
Like the
around. You need to watch
opposite of
Boondock
what
Saints.
That's a
Tony
good
Romo was
Yeah, but
doing.
not every rich person is bad. So
I have learned that through my life.
Batman.
I used to think
All the rich people.
bad. Used to just assume that. And then you start meeting a couple and you're like, oh my God, I thought you were a fucking,
You're a good person.
you're a big piece of shit. Let me try to meet your kid. Oh, that's who I thought.
There it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
I knew he was a little fuck.
Where's the lacrosse stick? Yeah, there it is. Right
Well,
there.
you
Thought
know,
so.
not all across.
Well, you got boat shoes? Yep. Cax? Yep. Polo? Yep. All right. I can already tell I hate this guy.
Crokies?
I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for the invite. This is a nice house. That's rude of me, though. Should not judge people just by that.
No.
I think you could.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think I should. I'm turning over a new page, though. Right here. This part of the brain.
Using the other part of the brain.
No, this is the memory side.
So how are you going to change?
Well, I just told it to. That's how the brain works.
No, I'm saying so now you're not going to judge off of their outfit.
Just the yups, yeah. I won't walk right into a yups place and assume that I'm going to hate everybody there anymore. That's what I've decided.
It's kind of easy to do thow, right?
Oh, you have no idea. Yeah. Well, I guess you do. You've been to the same.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is tough. All right, we'll be back in about 4 minutes with hour 3. We got Jordan Schultz of the Schultz Report joining
Here we
us.
go.
He broke
Yeah.
the Gronk news yesterday and all the others. I can't wait to hear what he's chatting about. I believe he has pretty good tie to the mud as well.
He does.
Mud man.
All right, we're back in about 4 minutes. AJ, open your eyes. We'll see you then. Bye.
He's a coffee guy.
Maybe. Is Messi going to come to the MLS? And if Messi comes and other guys come, is the MLS potentially ever going to be like a legit soccer league in the world, especially if we're having good showings at the World Cup and everything like that? And does it have to become a good league for America to get the respect you think worldwide?
Yeah, look, the MLS has grown leaps and bounds. And I'll tell you what, it is a very, very much a top league. But what I would say is we've seen a lot, to answer your Messi question, we've seen a lot of international superstars come to America. He's going to come. That's, the rumors seem to be true. But honestly, I tell you this, Pat.
From Barcelona to Miami.
It will be like nothing we've ever seen. This guy, I swear to you, he's a god. I've witnessed it. I've played against him. I've seen people. He walks on water. The fanfare that's going to surround if he goes to Miami, it'll be like since Pele. Honestly, it's crazy if that happens.
So when you're watching him, it's just like, oh, that guy's different. You said walking on water. The ball's just on a string. It's easy. And can he bend the ball? Did he embarrass you? Have you been embarrassed by Messi?
No, we played twice, and I don't think he scored, but who knows? Yeah, but he's a joke. I mean, he's the greatest. Him and Ronaldo, for me, are the greatest players of all time. And it's on a string. You can't get away from him. We had his game plan. It was great. It was like, remember in Super Mario Brothers when he got the star and he bolted up and he was rainbow, he could run through everything?
Yes.
But we had his game plan when we played Messi, and we worked all weekend how we're going to get him 2 players around him. As soon as the whistle blew, nobody could touch him. Everybody wanted to stay away from him because he's that special.
Yeah, he's the blue shell. In the he is the blue shell in that entire thing. He's kind of disappeared since going to PSG after leaving Barcelona. Yeah. But Messi in Miami would be fucking electrifying.
It would be. Make it happen.
Let's go, Bex. Fucking get the deal done.
What do you say?
Let's go. Get the whole thing done.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to that show. Hour 3 on this power outage because of the electricity Thursday, June 23rd, 2022. Saddle the horse.
Let's ride.
Had a baby, AJ.
You go, AJ.
To my left, your right on the screen is Super Bowl champion and Ohio State legend, A.J. Hawk. He does have a daily costume now, and I believe the all black, is this the baseball sleeve?
Yeah, this is one of the old baseball sleeves I cut myself, yeah. Like most of them.
Hey, you look good. I like
what job, AJ.
Me, you, Steve Jobs, pal. Anytime some of our clips get dropped into, like, outside world that isn't our sports stoogery world, people get so mad about me in a tank top.
Yeah.
People get so angry about, I have to see a guy in a suit talk about sports. What are you wearing? You're not jacked. A lot of that. He's not jacked. Does he think his arms look good? He's not jacked. He gets so mad, AJ. So mad. I couldn't even imagine the heat you're getting for wearing the same thing every single day now the last few weeks. I think you look fantastic, AJ.
Yeah, hey, that's all right. If I take heat for wearing this, I'm okay with it. You should take your shirt off sometimes, like in big moments, maybe when Aaron's on. So if they have to run it, they got you just sitting there, nips out, talking to Aaron.
Aaron, this weekend, when you broke every record in the history of the NFL, could you break down what your mindset was and then just keep it on a 3? Keep it on a 3 thing, yeah, and I just start shaking. Everybody, Stephen A. Smith, I will not go on about Aaron until we talk about the blasphemy that is McAfee shirtless interviewing the back-to-back MVP. I mean, We try to show sports respect around here, and I guess if my arms and armpits are showing, that is disrespectful to the celebration of sport. But it is pretty hilarious. You would have to say so yourself that we were able to climb basically to the mountaintop wearing a fucking tank top every single day in a world that has worn suits and run by suits since the beginning of time. Is that why I do it? Maybe. Is it also very easy for me to just wake up in the morning when I have 60 black tank tops lined up right next to each other, and they feel great and they're comfortable, and you could dress them up or dress them down. And although you might not find them acceptable, I know people where I come from say, hey, there's fucking one of us up there, just an absolute dumbass. And I'm like, yep, you're goddamn right. And I feel good about it, AJ. Honestly, I do feel good about it.
Let's ride.
I mean, if you're comfortable in a tank top, I would imagine it feels great to wear one all the time, right?
A lot of arm shaming by the internet, though, by these, old whites who
Well, I mean, what
Marks.
Come on now.
I mean,
it's the internet.
I mean, what do we
What do we even do? I mean, look at you. Look at this. Look at your traps.
What? Don't even
What?
try, dude, to get by me, or I will trap you. How about Brock Lesnar? That son of a bitch. Saw him again on Friday. When he came out of nowhere for SmackDown.
Huge.
So his traps basically sit up at his medulla oblongata, up here in the middle of his head. Watching him just his body is naturally built in a full flex manner, and then his arms are so wide. What a fucking species that is.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Absolute dog.
Dog. And
Wrong era.
yeah.
You can move, too.
Yes, 4'6", 40
Athlete.
in jeans. Documented. How you doing? 285. Built like that.
yeah.
Stud. And he wears those cowboy boots. So you're literally looking,
Even bigger.
what the fuck is this thing? There's a lot of that whenever he walks. I have to keep it PG on the microphone, but every time he shows up, I almost want to be like, look at this fucking thing.
Yeah.
That's almost what I want to say, because it's real. He's the one. He's the one we're sending to beat up the incredible species. Oh, there he is, right there.
Chomping.
That car's worth $500,000 too.
Look at that fucking guy.
Because it's
His pecs are 4 foot tall.
Is there any meaning behind that tattoo? I love that. The sword.
I assume there is. I've heard a lot of
I'll
stories.
fucking kill you.
Sword at
That's
your
how I
throat.
took it.
No,
Got mine on.
the internet has always said he had a knife to his throat for something. But I don't think. Did we ask him about that when he was in here?
No.
See, bad
I'm sure he's been asked.
Next
about
time.
Get him back.
That idiot in a tank top had the opportunity to ask Brock Lesnar about the sword tattoo on his body and missed it. There's a lot of things we miss, by the way.
What do you mean?
Zito says he has a quote from Brock Lesnar about the tattoo in his 2011 autobiography titled Death Clutch. My story of determination, domination, and survival. Awesome. He explained what he meant. He wrote, I felt like life was holding a sword right up against my throat. So I went under the ink gun because I never wanted to forget exactly how I felt at that time.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
fucking go, dude.
Beast.
Pretty cool.
Guy's an author. I bet you that book is awesome. Just learning about a human we would send to space to fight the aliens if they decide to show up here as well. We got to do it. Toxic Table is here. It has a new member, though. At Boston Connor looks fantastic.
You too, Pat.
Nick Marauda, you also look great.
Thank you, sir.
Ty Schmidt currently on Baby Watch.
You go, Ty. Go get him, Ty.
Good luck.
Good luck. Congrats. We're pumped for you. We're thankful for you. And Nick, it's been great to see you saddle the Toxic Table horse today, pal. How's it feel to be out in this room as opposed to the important room, which is in the back?
I appreciate it. It's a nice change of pace. Bruce is doing surprisingly well back there, so hats off to him.
Thank you. Shut up, Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce, you're in the back. Okay.
No, Bruce, congrats. You're doing
I
great.
thought it was nice you said thank you, Bruce.
Shut up, AJ.
Thank you, AJ.
AJ,
Thank you too, Connor. Thank you, Bruce.
AJ, aren't you just the biggest grandstander of all time?
I'm always
suck.
a fan of Bruce. I have been from day one.
I'm
I
sick
told
of him.
Bruce.
It's because he sends you stuff.
You created his name. You didn't even know his fucking name. You called him Bruce. Now that is why his name is Bruce, because of how big of a fan of him you have been. Bruce, you have done a fantastic job, pal. I mean, maybe Nick's getting a little, maybe he's showing the heat a little
Wally
bit.
Pip.
Huh? What do you think?
that
That guy
what's
hit
happening?
an $8,000 parlay last night, and
Whoa.
he's running these digits perfectly. Is Nick? You feeling the heat, Nick?
He's hot right now.
He
You
is.
got to
He's
ride
looking-
the hot hand.
Look at that mustache too. Can we
Yeah.
zoom in on that fucking
That
mustache?
Miller Lite hat.
Did you see the hat he was wearing yesterday?
Let's see.
There it is. The face of the suit of the PMI enterprise.
Hell yeah.
There is the
Let's
suit
go.
of the PMI. If there is a khaki boat shoes and polo party that our show has to be represented at, we send fucking Bruce.
Oh, yeah.
He'll crush it.
And Bruce, you do a great job for us.
Takes that lax stick with him all day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
some pops on
Rip the twine.
Yeah, kind of twist it around while he's sitting on the Zooms with him. What's up, bro?
Vineyard Vines polo.
Did you guys see what Maryland did? They're the most dominant team in the history.
Crazy. One of the best ever.
You see what they were able to do? Man?
Unbelievable.
We
Cornell
appreciate-
almost had him.
Hey, we appreciate you, Bruce. You're having a great day today. Power outage in the first hour. We've bounced back. We apologize to Ice Cube, obviously, in the middle of another great promo by Ice Cube. All power goes out. As soon as power goes out, generator kicks back on, but there's a moment there where there's none, where there's the transfer. You know, in the middle of the handoff, it would be as if the ball was floating in the air for a period of time before the running back gets it. And in that moment, shut down our entire fucking rack back there. Server rack, done. See ya. Had to rejoin. So we've had 2 shows today, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, the second one, not that bad. Tone Diggs,
How you doing?
will you please break down what we're gambling on and what we should be looking forward to making money, since you hit a parlay last night for $4 fucking grand as well? Is there anything? Because I'm starting to get scared. Okay, the draft tonight, there doesn't seem like there's a lot of money on the draft. Odds are insane. It feels like people know who's going where. I guess there's baseball to bet on, but I don't necessarily love that. I know Gumpy's locked in. Hockey is a big crapshoot right now. Nobody really knows what's going to happen in that, right?
Yeah, Avs in 5.
Avalanche.
Might be dead.
Yeah.
Don't be making
That series is
predictions.
over.
Clean ice now.
I don't like what everybody's saying about Big Rig. He's won 3 straight.
Hey,
for
go
a fucking
Boch.
reason.
Go Boch.
Well, let's not get greedy. Hockey's done.
Dead.
Oh, no.
Avalanche winning next game.
Probably.
Feels so way.
Except for Vasi and
Boys are excited. Boys are out to
game.
Denver now. They're on the flight.
You got boots on a plane?
Yeah, boots on the plane. Yeah, boys are buzzing, feeling good about going to the home barn, for real.
Clean ice.
Yo, they'd play tonight, I think, if they could.
Oh, you finally ready to embrace Jack as a member of your family and not the black
I have
sheep
always-
like you've
Now he's-
treated
I don't
him
want
for
to
the
sit here and
past
grandstand
20
because they're
years.
winning. They won like 100 games this year in the regular season. I don't want to say anything.
Well, that's the thing
50.
is we all kind of think that you didn't say anything because you refused to believe that that guy was part of your family. And now,
Oh, very, very much a part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, now he is.
Oh no, he always has it. Jack doesn't want me putting him out there on the internet and talking about him.
Jack shook my hand at the cult event. Mitts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that guy's got fucking mitts, doesn't he? That's the first.
Jack can squat like 8,000 pounds too. Like he's one of those guys.
Yeah, he shook. It was one of those.
That's what
full,
you guys do at family gatherings. All right, let's get on the bar.
Well, the body fat percentage has to get tested first.
They do that. Yeah.
That has to get tested first. What's the allergy? Hey, tell me what my allergies are. I'm doing great. Fucking don't tell me, doc. Okay? Is that the entire family's? That's what you basically said you did
Who
earlier.
was that doctor? Bobby
He's a
Carpenter?
very good doctor.
Yeah,
but you don't.
You told him to fucking
Yeah.
kick
Okay,
rocks.
Shove it.
Dr. Toboggan.
Doctors could explain this to us. We're not doing this either. Like I don't want to make it a thing.
I'm not doing it.
When people say you're allergic, there's different stages, right? Like there's allergic where, hey, I'm allergic, my throat swelled up, I'll die. Like there's that. And then there's people saying they have food allergies when it just makes them feel, I don't feel great. Ugh. Like, no, that's not an allergy, bud.
Okay, so you went to this doctor and gave blood and had him run 5,000 tests so you'd find out what would kill you?
I just wanted to see if there's anything I could do to optimize my nutrition and everything I'm doing. And I realized, hey, I'm not going to do it.
And he did find out what would kill him, and then he microdosed himself into the fact that it wouldn't kill him anymore.
Is that
No, I
around
already
the
beat that.
shellfish time? Is that no? Shellfish was before.
I
this.
beat shellfish before I talked to this
Did you
guy.
tell that to the doctor then?
Oh, yeah. He shook my hand and said, congratulations, looked me right in the eye.
Never met anyone like you before.
Did it show up in the blood that you were still allergic to shellfish, or no? You had completely defeated shellfish as an allergy.
It didn't even register on the chart. Shellfish didn't. I beat it so bad.
Fucking buried it within your body somehow. Wouldn't even register on the chart. AJ, you're a special species. Let's get back to Tone Diggs, though. What are we betting on? Because hockey, I guess, I still got the bolts. Fuck everybody.
Go Boats.
Hey, send a message back to that plane. We don't care, okay? We don't care. Tell them if they really want to win this thing, put a little bit more water in that ice if they want this to be fair. And, make Tampa feel a little bit like...
Both teams are playing on the same ice, right?
Well, you tell that to old Cuzzy with the game winner.
Mm-hmm. Kadri.
Is that a real thing? Having
it's
too many
bad.
guys in the ice, is that a real thing like that he was complaining about?
I don't think so. Because hockey, there's always it's just kind of like that
Yeah.
whole thing. I guess what actually happened was, what's old Cuzzy's name who scored a goal?
Nazem Kadri.
Nazem Kadri. He's been out forever. He's back or whatever. So it is alarming how far away from the bench he was as he was the player subbing in. and his person that he was subbing in for was
Nate McKinnon.
McKinnon was still on the ice, and he was on the opposite side of the ice. So I think the argument by hockey people is like, he made it all the way from the bench to the opposite side of the ice, and this person hasn't even gotten off the ice. So they feel like it was a little bit of an abuse. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily something that a penalty would be called, I think, but it's like you kind of...
Maybe. There's supposed to be like a 5-foot give or take grace rule. So if you're like 5 feet, if your player you're changing for is 5 feet from the bench, you can go. But I think what really the controversy is John Cooper spoke after the game and made those comments. I think it's really about him trying to galvanize his team and work the refs a little bit for the next game.
Get a call.
Yeah.
Get back in it.
Well, and also, if the Avs have been doing this all season, and that's how they won 100 games, I mean, hope you enjoy that Lordo, dude, that they're just, stretching.
Beer will taste just as good out of Lordo.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Will.
What?
Little cheating beers.
What?
Oh, those cheating beers go down smooth, don't they, AJ? A
What?
lot of that at the Hawk House, or what?
They're not. Nah, nobody's cheating.
Yeah, I mean, you're
stretching the rules a
cheating,
little bit.
cheating shellfish.
Stretching the rules a little bit. And they say, well, we're so fast. Sorry about it. We don't have 5 feet. Our 5 feet is actually 20 feet because we're going.
Yeah, see ya.
I think the Tampa Bay Lightning had like 7 players on the ice at the time as well because they were in the middle of
And that
it.
screen grab.
But they don't have any effect on the play, right? Because they're way behind the puck.
It's just all in the spacing in which,
Yeah.
what's his name?
Kadri.
Kadri, guys, kind of garbage ice.
Are they saying he left too early?
Yes.
Yeah, he left too early, and he was the one who played the puck because perfect pass. Right
It was like he was coming out of the penalty box almost.
Yeah.
So he was just like, he kind of got a free release. And I would assume the Lightning defender who would cover him saw his guy still, McKinnon going off, thought he maybe had more time. Boom, this guy's already behind you because they played a little, now you see me, now you don't off the bench when nobody else did. So, I mean, it should be, will this thing be, what's that called in those sports when people protest? Is this going to be in protest, this game?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, Cooper's very intelligent. He's very shrewd. I think he knew what he was doing after the game, making those comments. He wanted to create an us against the world mentality for his team. And that's a common thing in the NHL, especially in the playoffs, is to work the refs a little bit. You make a couple comments, throw it out there for the media and the public to kind of chatter about and put the refs on notice a little bit for next game.
Well, just like Congressman Adams said yesterday, of Florida, I'm a stout Tampa Bay Lightning fan. So if I have this microphone, I'd like to let these refs know, stop fucking up. Okay? This is Stanley Cup. Why are you trying to screw the back-to-back champs, pal? This is one of the greatest dynasties in the history of your fucking sport. You guys are fucking them over. Letting old
Kadri.
I can get a head start on everybody. Don't need it. They're already fast enough. They cleaned the ice, too, for the overtime. You saw the boys were back running around. They're sorry there's humidity. Kadri, and everybody's saying he was asked about it. He was not asked about it. He took an unwarranted shot at the Zambone.
Oh, yeah.
Out of nowhere, alluding to the fact that they were trying to make the ice like that. They weren't. Tampa Bay Lightning, back-to-back Stanley Cup Lordo champions, would never do something like that to the great sport of hockey, right?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I probably would if I was in that position.
No, we saw the bony driver 1 week. He took us down to the.
He seemed like a very nice
He's
person.
doing everything he could to make that ice good.
Zito's telling me the Zambone drive is a lady, actually.
The lady, yeah, that's what we said.
Very.
Well, we don't want to
Assume.
or miss. What's that called?
Misconstrued.
I mean, there's a whole ice crew, too.
Gender.
So
Misgender.
it doesn't just fall on one person. This could be a full team effort.
And the players and the coaches and everybody wouldn't even know this was happening, right?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Whoa.
I mean, like,
Nick.
This is gamesmanship, boys. This is, we've talked about before, this is like letting the grass grow in the stadium when you're playing a fast
This
football
is Notre
team.
Dame.
Yeah.
Chicago, Pittsburgh.
What?
that's
Slow their team down.
Fenway Park.
Bingo.
It's also
Slows us down too,
incredibly
bud.
hot in Tampa.
Yeah, but the Colts tried to get a fast track, I believe. Like, this is known as a fast track, I think. That's why the combine happens here. Is like, that's why people are super happy at the combine here. Because that offense that Peyton and them used to run was like,
Moving.
hey, we need a fast track here. We need
And
a
those
fast-
outside rushers get that foot in the ground, turn the corner, too.
Oh, yeah.
Popovich did this to LeBron too, killed the AC, and he cramped up in the finals. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
yeah.
Really?
Was that the finals?
Legend.
Was that the finals that he averaged 9 points a game?
Yeah, because he was cramping up because the Spurs were cheating.
Well, they only
Is that
played.
real? That came out that he turned off the AC in the entire building?
That's the
Everybody here
conspiracy.
must die so LeBron will cramp.
Yeah, it's weird that every other player was fine.
Yeah.
it's weird. Well, I don't know if they
LeBron
were.
played every game of the season plus every playoff game, so.
And drink every bottle of wine you can find.
Well, he was boozing down that bubble when we saw a bunch of corks.
Oh, yeah. I remember the year before. He was walking into the arena.
That was vacation year. In the bubble, he won on all that wine. So he does whatever he wants to. Remember, the Europeans, they bong wine so they can live longer.
Oh, yeah.
So LeBron's just trying to be like a European. Ain't that right, AJ?
I guess he's a billionaire now, right?
Titled a billionaire.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
How about the title of a billionaire is fugazi?
Oh yeah, I mean someone could technically be titled a billionaire and not be that liquid at all.
Well, not even. If they were to be tried to become liquid, the cash out with the taxes that would be implemented would make them far below $1 billion.
Yeah, like the people right now who had a ton of, stake in crypto and stuff, they probably were billionaires. Now they're not anymore.
I do believe people's statuses move via the stock market, so I would assume the same thing happens with crypto. I'm just talking about how it is the perceived value of the assets that you own.
Yeah.
Because if any of that was to become actual assets and actual money, the government's going to say, oh, cool, we're half billionaires too. Like that is very cool. We learned that with what? Pompliano 2 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
2 weeks ago. Or was that last week?
I think that was, I thought it was last
2 weeks
week.
ago, learned that the title of a billionaire is not an actual billionaire. It's just the assets that you have.
Just the stuff you got.
So technically your net worth, though, would be $1 billion to be considered a billionaire, right?
Yeah, but your net worth isn't actually what
You have.
No, not at all. It's what you own and everything that you've accrued, yeah.
Like the Forbes being $8 million off.
Billion.
Yeah, $1 billion just on.
No, $8 billion.
$8 billion. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, they were $8 billion off on one person's projection of their net worth.
What was it
More
just
like your gross worth? Then?
That's what the legitimate billionaire would be, right?
No, gross would be pre-taxes. Net is what you actually make. Gross is what you make. But do they take into account like every contract that you sign and then take out the taxes of that, or is it the gross number that they judge?
I think it's gross what you bring in, probably.
I thought
what your stuff is worth. Like, I own a building 200 and all that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
I forget. I thought he said after.
Bruce, what's up, pal? This is right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, so like obviously everybody has assets, but like I think Peter Thiel was like an angel investor, and they just didn't know that he had invested in some companies. So that's where kind of that $8 billion came from, because he's like secretive about how he moves around.
Oh, Peter Thiel, they're $8 billion under on his net worth.
Yeah, so too, and it ended up being 10.
He financed Hulk Hogan. Yeah,
he is the one that backed Hulk in the
Deadspin.
In the lawsuit
against them. Yeah, he was the quiet investor, funding the whole thing.
Hey Terry. Wow. I go on X ground with these people too. Nobody should have seen your penis. Okay, that Pringles can should have been stuck in your, you know what I mean?
Well, I guess they tried to bury him and came after him for a couple things, Peter Thiel, and so
that's
he
why
was pretty petty and was like, okay, well, Hulk's
Terry,
got
we
a
got
case
him.
here.
Terry, we got him.
Yep.
Terry, we got him. Eat your vitamins, get your good night's sleep. I'm gonna funnel a lot of money into this, and we're gonna do our thing. Deadspin ended up having to sell, right? There's still a thing. Deadspin's still going?
Barely.
I don't know.
I thought they died.
I've seen them raise some shit. I think I've seen a couple of their things go. I think they're still around, right? They survived COVID.
I thought they died.
They're around.
Just Google their website. It looks like some current news.
I haven't seen Deadspin.
Oh yeah, they're still around, but like they are very
it's nowhere near the presence it used to be.
opposite of.
They used to have multiple publications, right? Multiple sites.
I don't know. They used to be huge. I think, right? Deadspin used to be super duper.
That documentary is good if you haven't seen it.
They're very like anti-football and.
They're like anti-everything, though, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought they just bash everything.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like what
they
you
do not like you, AJ.
No,
Really?
They do not like us.
They would not like us either.
Oh, no.
Hey, like me? What did I do? What the fuck
what
did
did
I
I
do?
do?
AJ, you know what you've done.
You're-
What have
What did
I
I
done?
do?
You've delivered CTE to so many people. What have I done? Nothing. I make everybody
Yeah, right.
happy.
You got 24 tackles
They're pretty good tackles.
Yeah.
in the NFL at the highest, the elite of the elite.
Keep it going, AJ. Say it again.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You absolutely are hated by Deadspin.
No, because I did form tackle. You were trying to knock people out.
Oh no, you never even rapped. If you're not rapping, you are not form tackle.
I've rapped a couple times, please. I had to showcase my form a couple times early in my NFL stint.
Edelman.
Edelman was a rap, pick up, scoop, how you doing, keep it moving. Cribs was a rap all the way down, a little crocodile. What's that called? Alligator?
Gator roll.
Gator
roll technique ended up underneath him. That one hurt. I still have a...
little scar.
Yeah, I think because his body landed on top of mine, and then we just slid. And I remember looking at my arm, being like, "Oh, that's gonna be there forever, probably." I attack with fucking Josh Cribbs, though. Who cares? Joining us now is a insider for the insiders. He owns the @Schultz Report Twitter handle, which we have referenced numerous times on this particular show.
Oh, yeah.
Has he batted 1,000? No. Has any insider batted 1,000? No. Seems like as of late, though, motherfucker's at 99%. Had Gronk's retirement before everybody else. He hosts a pull-up podcast with CJ McCollum. He's a host of the Game Day NFL and also works for the Boardroom. This dude's been there, done that with everything. NFL insider Jordan Schultz.
Yeah, Schultz!
What's up, dude?
What's up, fellas? Thanks for having me.
No, it is great to have you. I didn't know this type of electricity was coming through the thing. Where are we right now? Are you in a log cabin out in the middle of the woods?
I'm in the middle of the woods, baby. But hey, I always got time for the Pat McAfee Show with AJ.
Hey, let's go. We appreciate you finding a little bit of service in there. Is that a log cabin? Is that a
log cabin action? Yeah, we got a low level Wi-Fi, but in this case, I was able to prop it up and basically throw away my Xbox so this would work.
Okay, well, plug that thing back in afterwards because it's much more important than this convo with us. But we appreciate you taking time out of your woods vacation. You're always working. Every insider's working. How did you get the Gronk information before anybody else? You obviously have shows in the NBA with CJ McCollum, and you work for the Boardroom and everything. Are you both NBA and NFL guy, and should we be treating you as such a little bit more?
I really appreciate the love. So I've actually kind of shifted more toward the NFL over these past 6 months to a year because, Pat, to your point, I think it's confusing sometimes when people ask me, what are you? And I don't really know because I've kind of done both. So I would say I've shifted more toward the NFL. I've talked to your good friend, our good friend Ian Rappaport about this, saying, it's better to be really good at one than just pretty decent at 3 or 4 things. I love the NBA. I played basketball in college for 4 years. I'm a terrible, but I can still shoot it. But I would say that in the case of Rob, that was one of those things where we've been really good friends for a few years now. And I had put a bug in his ear about 6 months ago, and I said, hey, I don't know what you're going to do next offseason, but whatever it is, whatever you decide, would you feel comfortable sharing the information with me? And he did it. And he was a man of his word. He told me when the time comes, I'll take care of you. And that's, I don't know how well you know Rob, but he is one of the really good dudes. And he has this persona of being this crazy kind of, bigger than life personality. But if you spend time with him, he's like a very low key, chill dude. And he's been great.
Gronk.
Jordan, how confident are you that he stays retired? I know Drew Rosenhaus already has made comments that he thinks he might come back and negotiating. Who knows what's going on? But what are your feelings on that?
AJ, when I talked to him right after we basically talked for 15 minutes before I put the news out, and I said, are you sure this is what you want and everything, and this is it? And he said he really does feel content. And I asked him, what does that mean? And he said, basically, look, over the last 10 years, he's been through a lot from a health standpoint. When he came out of college, he had a broken back out of Arizona. He slipped in the draft. He had basically a plate in his back that's still there. He's been injured multiple times. He's had a ton of issues with head injuries, and I think he really does feel content. He's going to pursue other opportunities outside of football, investing.
A lucrative acting career.
He's a funny guy that he can pretty much do whatever he wants, but I got the sense that right now he just wants to be low-key. And I kind of asked him, look, if Tom calls week 10 and says, Rob, I need you, baby, come back. What do you say to that? And I got the sense that the answer remains no at 33 years old. But he has done this before. I wouldn't be shocked, per se, if he came back for the end of the season.
Yeah, Tom's a great recruiter, too, and Tom and him have been to the mountaintop numerous times together. What do you think took so long? And do you think he made his decision up whenever Tom announced his retirement? Then when Tom came back, he had to, contemplate? Because there was that video of him coming out of the barber shop in Tampa Bay, and they said, hey, what do you... Oh, no. Oh, I thought we lost service in the woods. They said, hey, Rob, what are you doing? Are you going to come back? He goes, I'll make him wait for it a little bit longer. And we all kind of thought, he's just going to come back training camp. He's going to miss all of OTAs, smart move, enjoy his summer, do his thing. Do you think he was contemplating, or do you think he's done this for a little bit of time?
No, I do think he was contemplating because when the season ended,
definitely coming back then.
I was with him when the season ended, and I said, how you feeling physically? And he said, I'm tired, but I have to think about this. I won't know for a couple months. And I had checked in with him over the last few months, and I didn't get a definitive answer. And to me, that was either he doesn't know, or he's maybe leaning towards coming back. And I was with Tom about 6 weeks ago, and I asked him, have you talked to Rob? And he was like, I don't really know. It's still pretty early. So to me, the answer is he probably made the decision over the last few days, maybe the last week, made sure it was right, and then ultimately decided that's what he was going to go with.
Congrats, Gronk.
There you go, Rob.
Hell of a run, pal. Can't wait to see what
the best tight end ever. I mean, it has to be, right?
Yes. In my eyes, he is, but everybody calls me like disrespectful to the old generations, you know?
The Kellen Winslows of the world.
Yes. Yeah, more Gates, Gonzalez.
Oh, Gates Gonzalez, sure.
Yeah, there's like that whole conversation.
Shannon Sharp.
Dallas.
Shannon, yeah, hell of a player. Dallas Clark, it was a teammate of mine. He's unbelievable. There has been great tight ends through the past, but I think if you picked Gronk up and put him in any era, he would have done well. Like if it was back in the, hey, tight ends are just another left tackle or right tackle, I think Gronk would have been all pro then. You drop him in now when it's much more pass heavy to the tight end. You got to be able to get open. He's obviously rose to the top here. I think that is why, in my eyes, Gronk is the best tight end of all time, but people will attack me for not having respect for the pass all the time. You know what I mean?
Well, I think you can have respect for all those great players, but his first 5, 6, 7 years, to your point, and AJ, you would know this better than me as well, but wasn't Rob like a premier blocker who was very willing as well, and that made a massive difference, not only in the New England passing game, but the running game as well?
Absolutely, and he had a buddy on the opposite side that played tight end with him that was a freak athlete too. So.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Hernandez, the guy was
Hernandez.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you ever watched him play. The guy could fly.
He was a hell of a player.
Paid him before they paid Gronk.
What are you getting information on the draft tonight? Is that what the calls are right now?
A couple calls on the draft. You saw some trades. Jeremy Grant was traded to Portland. But I am fired up for this draft. This is a sneaky good draft. I don't know how much you pay attention to it, but there's some good players.
I don't know shit about fucking it. We talked to Q Rich in the last hour, and he told me about a Nikola Jovic who is potentially going to...
The other. Yes, he's Serbian. Imagine if it was Jokic and Jovic.
Jovic and Jokic?
Yeah.
That would be potentially, because Denver's at 20 or 21, they could take him and they could have Jokic and Jovic.
Okay, so you're still in the NBA world, even though you're trying to transition into the NFL, because more people care.
A little attention to it, making sure I know what's going on, but I'm not reporting anything. I'm just making sure I know I'm versed.
Hey, where'd you play college at again? I don't think I heard you when you said that.
Oh, I was at Seattle U for 2 years. They're now in the WAC, and then I transferred down to a D3 school called Occidental, very small. I was a very unathletic, undersized two-guard.
Okay, those are two bad things, right?
Two bad things.
Both.
Short arms.
You gave massive effort, though. Massive effort.
Slapping the floor.
What are they like? I was like a very heady player.
Coach's son is kind of, first one in, last one out, hard worker.
Fundamentally sound.
Hey, we did some research. I do believe your family is part of my problem.
Yeah, every time I watch the show, which is damn near every day,
Appreciate you.
I'm wondering what is the drink that you're consuming there?
Okay, so I've made a change here lately. I used to be a green tea guy, 2 Splendas, no liquid cane sugar. And there's kind of fuckery with Starbucks there where they would slip the liquid cane sugar in. And you kind of thought
Very sneaky.
Yeah, let's fucking fix that, okay?
Please.
Yeah,
Did Jordan's dad start Starbucks?
Well, I do believe pretty big part of it, right?
That's your dad?
That's my pop.
How did I not know that? Okay, all right.
Because I don't talk about it, and I don't publicize it. I just try to stay away from it. But in this case, obviously, yes.
I'm going to bring it up. Yeah, that's why this show stinks. So I do apologize for doing that. But can you...
Your research!
Yeah. Can you please have him... The liquid cane sugar thing, like that's a real problem, I think, especially in like a health drink. And in some places it's an option, some places it's not an option, some places it shows up, some places it doesn't. So I'm trying to get healthy, and then for like the first 2 weeks, I was drinking that green tea. I went on it. I'm like, holy shit! I'm drinking more calories than a goddamn Diet Coke right now. Like, what?
Sugar is the real problem.
What's that, pal?
The sugar is out of control in those drinks.
Yeah, so no sugar, no liquid cane sugar, 2 Splendas is what I used to do. Give me the biggest green tea you got. Then, as of late, I've learned I could live forever if I drink coffee. So I've moved right over to, boom, give me your ice blondie or something like that. I need 2 Splendas and a splash of almond milk. A lot more than a splash here. Maybe have a conversation with Dad about that. But this tastes delicious, dude. This tastes delicious.
It's pretty damn good. I'll give you that. Yep, that's my drink as well. Ice latte or iced coffee. Put a little splash in there. You get a low calorie, but you also get the caffeine. It's a good play.
So you were a part of the entire... I mean, Starbucks became the most popular franchise in the world, right? Very quickly. That kind of happened. Was that...
I'm 36. They went public in 91 when I was 5. And I'd say by late 90s when they went to Asia and Europe, it really, it exploded.
Dad, cool dude, yeah?
Say that again?
Dad remained a cool guy? Like, I feel like with that successful of a company.
Very, very chill dude. He actually just went back about 3 months ago. He couldn't stay out. Just when they pulled me back in, he got pulled back in. But no, honestly, the worst for me at least was going on the road in high school and college and the opposing fans. That was, I guess, kind of my favorite part as well. And we used to joke in the car rides home, especially in high school, they're getting more and more creative. You're going to have to come up with some new stuff.
Yeah, Bucks rhymes with
a lot of stuff.
My favorite was Frappuccino Boy. That was a good one.
Oh. Hey, Frappuccino Boy now would be very popular, I believe, because of how popular Starbucks has become. But back in the day, it was probably mocked and ridiculed. Now everybody on earth lives and dies with your dad's brought. Hey, congrats. Please extend our congrats to him.
Nice job, Papa.
And I also like the fact that you're not piggybacking on there trying to make your own way. That is, I fucking enjoy that, and I have a lot of respect for that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, for me, it was always about sports. Always, And once I realized I wasn't good enough to hoop anymore, this was the only thing I ever wanted to do. And I listen, I appreciate you guys having me on. I've been a long time fan. AJ, your playing days way back. Pat, your playing days too.
Yeah, fuck off. Right?
Hey, tell your dad to buy a team.
Josh Cribbs, maybe the greatest special teams guy ever. That's a big deal.
Thank you. Yeah, why don't you tell your dad to buy a team? Is that something he's ever looked into, or sports, or what do you think? He just wants to retire and disappear?
I think that window is firmly closed, especially for me. Like I could never let that happen.
Why?
Because I'm trying to do this.
You could run a team with him.
And then
got it.
Dunks on you.
Happened, would AJ or Pat be potentially interested in a GM position?
If I can do it from Ohio as a consulting role, yes.
This fucking guy.
Was...
Just offered a general manager job.
If you're the owner, I would love to come there and be the GM.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, if you want to buy any team that we potentially enjoy, we'd pick up the whole operation.
Yeah, be a water boy.
Hey, we getting this for free every day?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Deal.
Send the contracts over.
This thing has made me shit my pants. Does your dad talk about that?
This coffee's a natural diuretic, so you're drinking too much of it.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll remember that. I'll try to slow it down. It's too good. Your dad set me up. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Schultz. Josina Anderson reported about the Seahawks still having interest in Baker. Have you heard anything about that? And would they take the entire contract from Cleveland?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked because I was just talking to an assistant GM about this. And basically the bottom line with Mayfield is he's owed about 18.7. Would Cleveland take on a portion or a considerable chunk of that? The answer potentially is yes. Seattle now has Geno Smith and Drew Lock. I don't think either one is the future per se. Both are, well, in Drew's case, still a pretty young player. But I would be surprised ultimately, though, fellas, if Seattle went the Baker Mayfield route. I feel like they would have done it already. And I know Carolina's been rumored. Obviously, Sam is still there. But to me, the Browns still need to figure out what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson. And ultimately, I know Jacoby Brissett's there, but do they keep Baker Mayfield as a contingency plan should Deshaun be suspended for 8 games, 10 games, the whole season? But to answer your question in a vacuum, I would be very surprised if Seattle went the Mayfield route.
What do you know about the Mayfield situation in Cleveland? How'd that end so bad? Why? When did it get that way? And should we have seen this in different times during the season last year?
No, I think it progressively has gotten to this point. 2 years ago, he had a really good season, and he was healthy. And then last season, everything went essentially into the dumps. He cratered. The offensive line didn't necessarily protect him. He had the shoulder problems. He played through it. It was just a nightmare. But I think bigger than that, fellas, is the leadership or lack thereof on his part. That's what I've heard. And talking to not only players, but coaches, GMs, there is a sense around the league that Baker Mayfield is still a really immature guy. And even if he's healthy, do you really want to deal with that in your locker room? And from my perspective, he has not been the face, the leader of that locker room really since day one. He's never been able to get to that point, which as a number one pick, you would hope that happens.
AJ, is immature the same labeling as distraction?
That can be, right?
He's fucked then. You get labeled as a distraction or anything like that around the NFL, it's over.
You can grow up though. Can't he grow up? Like Jordan, don't you think he could go if he got the right opportunity? And he had a good year. obviously when things are going well, guys usually behave and things seem to go pretty well in the locker room. Don't you think he can kind of revamp his career and his image?
Well, maybe this humbled him too, you know?
Yeah.
I think both. Yeah.
Him.
I asked a couple guys, like, is he a bad dude or is he just immature? And it was more the latter. Like, he's not a bad guy, but he's just young. And
Are there any examples, Jordan?
Number one pick, and you go to the college football playoff, and all these expectations. He had all those, progressive commercials. He was the kind of the face of the league before he was ready for it. In the case of Pat Mahomes, who's a super mature guy, was not a number one overall pick. He had time to learn under Alex Smith. I think in Baker's case, in his mid-20s, yeah, there's still an argument to be made that he's a talented guy, and he could still be a really good NFL player. You can win with Baker if he's solid like he was 2 years ago. But the distraction point, to your point, Pat, is a pain in the ass to deal with, especially when you're thinking about extending a guy long-term and giving him $100+ million. He has not shown that yet.
Him ending up back at the Browns would be the most Browns thing of all time.
Yeah.
Everybody in Pittsburgh would be like, yep, this is Cleveland.
Exactly. I mean, we knew he wouldn't be at minicamp, but, like, the longer this goes on, you could easily argue that Cleveland loses more leverage and it becomes more unhealthy. And ultimately, if he is there and he is starting week 1, for example, hypothetically, how dysfunctional would that be? And that would be pretty indicative of the Jimmy Haslam ownership.
Listen, it's only awkward if you make it awkward. That is in every situation since the beginning of time. Somebody told me that when I was in high school. I believe it was Ryan Larman, because we were about to walk into a situation in which
wise words.
Everybody in the party we were walking into hated us. We knew it.
The Larminator.
Yeah, well, no, don't call him that. He didn't deserve that. He's a great guy. Ryan Larman, great dude. That family was very nice to me growing up. But we walked into some situation where everybody in there hated us. And we knew it. And he literally looked at me right before I walked in. I'm a couple years younger than him. It's only awkward if you make it awkward, like kid almost. And then we just walked in there and bubbly, hey, like we're supposed to be there. And it just kind of, everybody else just settled down. And then we got to where we had to go. And then we just kind of went through it. And I've carried that with me forever because I think I was pretty scared to go into where we were headed. I'm like, this is going to end terribly. Like, this is not good for me. This is not good for my future. I don't think it's good for my face is about to get beat up, I think. I think there's a good chance. Only awkward if you make it awkward. We go in there, and it was just like a quick, easy thing. And I've carried it forever because that moment should not have ended. What we were walking into was a buzzsaw. And then how we approached it changed everything. Baker could do that with the Browns, just like the Browns could do that if they were to get back in there. Like, hey, bygones can be bygones. Get humbled. I got humbled through this entire thing. The Browns, we didn't do exactly what we should have done and kind of move on. But that's going to be a lot that is going to have to happen here in a short amount of time when we don't even know how many days or games Deshaun Watson is going to be suspended. And it turns out that's probably not going to come out for a little bit either. That just feels like a lot has to happen there. And we're running out of time, I think, for everything. Don't you think, Schultz?
100%. You're a month away from guys reporting. I mean, a month. Preseason games start in 6 weeks. So it's a very short period of time. And to your point, I guess I would say with Baker, if he could find a way, let's say hypothetically he stays in Cleveland, to not make it awkward, as you said, and just pony up and say, I've made my share of mistakes. I know I'm not the quarterback of the future, but I'm going to do everything I can right now to help us win games and get ready for the season. That would be a big testament to him. And ultimately, it would probably help his trade value. Like, to me, to your point earlier, AJ, he's still a very young guy. And if he could somehow have the self-awareness that I think he has lacked, that self-awareness of where he's at, that would be huge for him. I hope he does that. I really do.
Schultz, there's that video that always gets played of him walking down that sideline. And I hate to mention this because I'm a Baker guy. I like Baker. I think he's been through a lot. I enjoy watching him play. I think last season was fascinating, interesting, looking along. But every time somebody shows it from somebody that's been on the sideline a lot, I mean, in my position was to be on the sideline, to watch the quarterback in a situation walk down the entire sideline and nobody even look at him. Like, nobody even look at him or talk to him. It's like, oh, we should have known then, like, something's going on, you know, like, and then the OBS stuff about OBJ, and none of the teammates really came out to bat for Baker. They're almost like, anonymous sources were like, yeah, like, the way OBS is speaking is like how a lot of us feel. It's like, oh, shit, like, what? how did we get here? And hopefully they'll be able to fix that if they have to, for the good of Baker and for the good of Browns. But the Browns is the Browns until the Browns is no longer the Browns. But it feels like the Browns is doing a lot of Brown shit right now. Go ahead, Tone.
Schultz, I got to get your thoughts on. You were a big help to the Draft Spectacular because you don't work for any of the networks, and you did not give a shit about tweeting out the draft picks as soon as they happened. Like, did you get any backlash from that, or no? Because you're independent and you're going to be doing that tonight as well.
Tremendous question. I did get some backlash. I mean, I was at ESPN for 3 years, and this year I've been essentially on my own, as you said. And I did hear from the league office, and they weren't thrilled. And I made sure I was asking my sources, "Hey, is what I'm doing okay?" This is after the first round, and all of them said, "Yeah, you're fine." So I just said, "Okay, let's go with it." I mean,
fuck them. By the way,
yeah, basically. I mean, like, the thing was that I was hearing from players who second, third, fourth round that were now saying, "Hey, what are you hearing? Can you give me intel?" And that was good because I felt like I could at least provide a service to them, and I was able to tell guys, "You're going to go in 2 picks. You're going to go."
Wow. Hey, fuck the kids. Fuck them that are getting the guys that are getting drafted. You help us out immensely. Like, it's not your fault that you're getting that information, and the network people who are handed a lot of connects are upset about it. Don't you worry about any of that, Schultz. You got to do your thing, and we appreciate you for it.
I really appreciate you, fellas, and I was thinking about what you said. Remember in the movie Draft Day when Bo Callahan, nobody comes to his birthday party?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And that was the Browns, too.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. I just thought, for some reason, it's like Baker. Nobody's talking to him.
It's wild. You got to, especially at that position, you're automatically the leader. To hear the things that have happened, especially because they've had a little bit of success over there for the first time in forever. We'll all be intrigued to find out, and we'll keep our eyes on your Twitter account. Please tell your dad about the liquid cane sugar we all have, okay?
I will. The last question for me is, out of the two of you, who's the best hooper?
Well, no question.
I mean,
like,
okay.
AJ,
What's that?
What do you do? Body me down low? You think you're just
Oh,
gonna...
no. I mean, I was a point guard. Yeah.
Athleticism.
Oh, really? Your knees are so bad, though. Like, my knee also bad, but
Oh,
like
yeah. I mean,
yours...
I
His
feel like
hands.
death. I'm standing out and draining threes on you because I'm not cutting.
That's not a point guard.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, one-on-one, you're not going to be able to move. I can move a little bit right
I mean, I can. Yeah, I would. I'm not going to play you one-on-one, but I would.
You can't dribble.
You walk like Frankenstein.
I can't dribble. Okay.
You
Look
can't-
at your
fingers,
hands,
How would
dude.
you do that? That would be tough. If you're able to dribble...
Come on.
That is unbelievable. The thing about AJ, ran a 4.4, had like a 40-inch
Hey,
vert.
Yeah,
Jordan.
great athlete.
Great
Jordan,
athlete.
if this guy, you see the guy with the mullet, if he glued his hand to a counter at Starbucks, would you knock his head off? I hope. If he was protesting milk.
All right.
You're a prick, dude.
Subpar athlete, so
right.
You played college basketball. You're a stud athlete, man.
Absolutely. Seattle U, dude. Let's go.
Go Redhawks.
Go Red Hawks.
Are they still a team?
No, barely. We're barely a team. Yeah.
Well, you left. You said I'm going down D3.
I
Fuck
left
this.
out of necessity because I wasn't playing.
Oh, okay. I respect that. I love the hustle, love the grind. We thank you for what you do on the internet. You're the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Schultz. Thank you, pal.
Schultz!
Guys, have a great one.
You too. AJ, you can't move.
What do you mean?
You fucking
can't
blow
move, dude.
at basketball.
The workouts.
I feel awful. I'm not going to start. I'll find a way to win, though. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I feel like I'm a similar
he
person.
made that lucky money shot from the door that one day. So
that has nothing to do with it.
So that's 2 points. What are you doing for the next 9? Like
I didn't ask to take that shot. You guys surprised me on the way out, by the way.
Well, and it was an amazing shot. Your form was fantastic. And to be honest, we were all very surprised, as was the internet, 24,000 retweets later. Okay? You're a great athlete. We do forget that. But the only reason why I'm saying you would not win, you can't move. You actually can't. Your knees are fucked.
It's not just that. My feet and ankles are dead. But yeah, I actually was walking last night into my daughter's game, and all my wife and kids are walking behind me, and I had my shorts on, and my wife was like, "You have a giant, like, you have blood pooling under your skin behind your knee, and I have a giant bruise behind my leg, behind my knee." I was like, "Man, what the hell is this?"
Which leads me back to my point. Like, I got a little bit of a bum knee going right now, but I can still move a little bit. And I'll be at your point, I think, in like a year or two. But until then, I feel pretty good about just you. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm going to be in your shit for a little bit. I think, you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah, you would.
And I'm taking charges.
Oh yeah, I don't recognize charges. You know that.
Well, you're not.
That's not a real thing.
Yeah, you're not refereeing the game. You're playing, buddy.
But I would say you go back 10 years ago, ain't nobody want to be on the court with fucking AJ Hawkins.
No.
Dude, imagine him with his hair
sprinting.
flying around. Oh, the fucking, you probably were you took charges?
Never once.
Him going up for a rebound.
Charge
though,
is
and
the
then
stupidest
swinging
thing
his
ever. It
elbows.
should be taken out of the game of basketball.
You hate it.
I absolutely despise charges.
All right.
How about LeBron flops?
I'm doing a lot of
I'm
that.
not.
too.
No comment.
As you're dribbling like this with your big dumb arm, you're trying to push me away. I'm flopping right there, and whoever's the ref, I'm flying, by the way. Like, what do you want? Give me the ball. Give me the ball. And then I am running like this around you, out and around. Make your knees. Come on, dude. My fucking knees, bro. I thought we were playing horse, dude.
Sorry about it. Sorry about it.
Sorry about it. Sorry about me dribbling away.
Yeah.
Sorry about it. Sorry about it. AJ, huh? Hey, my knee's starting to feel good, dude. I was starting to think this was just my
Big.
life forever now. It's just locking up on me out of nowhere. It's starting
good
to feel
now?
good.
Right before Tahoe, too.
It hurts a little bit. Like hole 8, it normally starts hurting a little bit on the.
You mean like hurt a little? Like, okay, what does that mean though? Like, when your life, it hurts, right? Not just
Yes.
like golfing.
Yes. So I've also had like 4 surgeries on my knees. I understand what you're talking about whenever other people say, "Oh, it hurts" or whatever. But like lock up out of nowhere, like
Yeah,
give me
that sucks.
like that is a real sharp. Ow! Did not expect that. That one comes out of nowhere. Those have started to fall off, which I'm
good.
very thankful for. I have a sneaky suspicion though that at Tahoe there is a chance. Oh, going to get a couple of those. Maybe hole 36
Yeah.
that we're walking. 35. That is.
Which, unfortunately, is the first day of the tournament now that we found out about Thursday.
You guys don't have to play.
A lot of ice. Hey, a lot of ice. You're going to bring that thing out there.
So if I
You get in the lake.
I understand. We will ice tub in the lake. We'll do the Wim Hof method. Can I just shoot HGH right into this thing and it'll just heal?
What about
Is that how it
Toradol?
works?
I thought you could get Toradol from the
Toradol
cold.
doesn't heal it. It just hides it for like 24
That's all
hours.
you
That's what you need
Yeah,
for
so
Tahoe.
we need 72 hours of that.
Okay, so I need 8 Toradol pills.
Boom. That's it.
I'll put it in
Maybe
order.
10.
Oh, do the
I'll
pills
take
work
2.
like the shot?
What's that, pal?
The pills don't work like the shot, I thought.
No, they don't, but I don't think I can just order a shot of Toradol, 4 of them.
Get AJ Shady Doctor, Chicken Egg Doctor. He'll look it up.
Look me dead in the eyes.
Can't you just stop by the facility on your way out of town?
What's that, pal?
Can't you just stop by the Colts facility on your way out of town?
I don't know if
Distract the
I don't know
trainer.
if
I'm
that
sure
was-
you can order online. Bill knows some websites.
Bill took some shots earlier.
Yeah, he did.
You did not deserve that, Bill.
Bill can get you some fresh adrenaline glands if you need to.
I don't want any baby blood or anything. I don't want any of that.
Adrenal.
We're off tomorrow. AJ, anything to say to the Sirius XM listeners and YouTube folks who won't see us till Monday?
Have a great weekend.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
Have a great weekend. Hope it's a fantastic one. I'm in Arch Manning's new home tomorrow night, Austin, Texas, for SmackDown. Can't wait for that.
Let's go.
Should be a lot of fun. Hope everybody has the best weekend of all time. We'll see you on Monday. You're the best. Be nice to each other. Chris Mad Dog says in 10 minutes.
Hell yeah.
I think I coughed it in there.
Yeah, you got it.
The only reason why you say that is because we start the after hours thing immediately after I finish.
No, but usually, and it didn't happen today, but usually we can hear it in the right side.
Yeah, the commercial for them.
On my stopwatch, you had it.
Oh, we didn't hear it.
Yeah, you definitely had it. And on the grab, it's interesting how it works. But
Grab yo. Hey yo.
Hey, we were talking about legit billionaires. Jordan's dad.
Yes.
Yeah, shoot billionaire.
Jeez.
pretty sweet.
I do not know that, but that liquid cane sugar thing is a real problem. He needs to
You
figure
mean,
it out.
wait, your green tea comes with liquid cane sugar and you didn't know this?
I guess he's worth $3.7 billion.
Shout out.
Congrats, dude. Congrats.
There
A
it
hell
is.
of a lot Gavin Jordan was in probably there. Not that he didn't earn it himself, but
Is all that money American money?
Definitely not.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
We already know
Don't
that.
you try to take this away from me. It just got into my life. The liquid cane sugar, yeah, it's like a little, when I was in college, Subway was just really coming into the scene, big way about being healthy. And I thought I figured it
We
out.
know why. Why? Didn't they have a big marketing campaign?
They did, yeah. Somebody lost a lot of weight, and while doing so, did despicable things right here in the state of Indiana. Still in jail, getting out at some point. though.
Yeah.
But
That's
anyways,
comforting.
I went, yeah. Well, a lot of bad people get out these days, it sounds like.
Unfortunately.
More so than ever in the past.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
People are just getting released from jail, I think, more so than ever. I think. I'm not sure.
Go ahead and commit crimes.
There was that thing where they just released everybody in that one prison.
Well,
Guy that shot Reagan, right? He just got out. Hinckley.
What?
John Hinckley, yeah.
Was he on the hill?
How?
How did he
get?
He shot he has a couple songs. Go check him out on YouTube.
He did the insane route, and he got out of the insane.
Oh yeah, always plead insanity.
All right, well, let's not murder anybody.
Well,
Bill.
if you do
didn't kill
accidentally
him.
plead insanity.
He didn't kill him?
No.
Shot at him. Shot him.
So you can shoot a president?
I thought he got him in the head a little bit.
No.
Attempted murder of Reagan?
JFK.
When he was in office?
Dick Reagan?
Believe so. Yeah, he was in office, right?
Deep throat?
Hinckley. His last name's Hinckley. Yeah, he just got out.
How?
He had like supervised release for a while. I saw something years ago on it.
They didn't put that
Yeah,
guy
John
down?
Hinckley Jr.
So a guy tried to kill the president, and now he's just out there chilling, making music? All right.
Did they put that bike in jail? Tried to kill our president.
How good did that feel?
It didn't. It didn't feel good. T's and P's.
Your face lit up. Your eyeballs got this big after you said. That's very relatable, by the way. Very
Just
relatable.
that right strap.
Yeah.
Always lean towards the free one, though.
Yep.
Like that is just.
I don't ride a bike with straps for
Exactly.
Well,
Maybe he's been Pelotoning for a while, and then he finally got back out there.
Click
you know?
in.
I think people are falling off their Pelotons a lot
Yeah, I did my first time.
Excuse me, what?
How?
because your
Your foot locks in.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you click in.
Yeah, I know I have
But,
one.
like,
I'm
if you-
saying it's not a thing that you fall off your Peloton.
But after
Dude,
like a
Tim
hard
McAfee,
workout,
he used to be on those bike things. I used to go to there was all those like triathlons and shit. People are falling in those
Outside,
bikes
right?
A lot, yeah.
On a
Diggs is talking stationary.
Station Peloton.
oh yeah, I flipped it over.
Zeke, how
Conceivable.
is that
Hey, it
Peloton
matters.
still going?
It does matter.
Huh?
It does matter. It does matter. That Peloton still going?
Yeah, the butt got used to it. That was the hardest part. But other than that,
On the Peloton or your butt?
on the Peloton, like the butt to the Peloton seat, got
used
easy.
to you.
Yeah,
You can buy an extra little seat thing.
Yeah, cushion. The gel.
I did.
I had to do that.
I
for
heard,
the
hey,
cereal.
did Urlacher say wasn't Biden going on those rides with him?
Yeah,
They're
The
best friends.
mountains.
40 miles a day.
Yep.
40, 50 miles a day.
his
Chocolate
bike.
chip.
What was it? 6,000 in a year?
Anyways, the liquid cane sugar, a lot of inside jokes happening here. It's a great show. The liquid cane sugar in the green tea, they just kind of sneak it in there. It's not even really listed. In some places, some stores don't even have it listed as you to eliminate it.
Yeah.
They
So-
do that with a black iced coffee too.
That's why
so
it tastes
be
good.
aware.
No, it's bullshit because half the
Make
stores.
sure it's not in there. Do you do a cold brew or do you iced coffee? Because I know they do it with iced coffee. For sure.
This is iced coffee. It says no classic though.
Yeah, some stores you have to
We put
say
0 on
none.
everything on the customized list.
That's the syrup.
So
Syrup.
his dad needs to figure it the fuck out though. Like this is when I was going to Subway ordering the tuna because I thought tuna was healthy, and then I looked into the ingredients and details. Had more calories than a fucking Big Mac because the amount of mayonnaise and everything they put in it. It tasted delicious. I thought I had health figured out. I'm like, oh, I will eat this for the rest of my life.
No one comes
This
here for
is
the tuna.
so good. And then
You're gonna have to brew your own green tea and then get a big old pitcher of ice and pour it into there, and then it's just nothing extra in there.
I'm a coffee guy now. Fuck green tea.
Hell yeah.
So brew coffee and then pour it in a big old deal of ice.
Yeah, get your own beans. That'd be sweet. Maybe get into the coffee game.
Good.
People love that nitro cold brew from Starbucks.
It's good.
I think it's a super duper.
That is super
Yeah,
duper.
that's cold brew to
What
the
is
next
it?
level.
It's like a draft. Comes
Yeah.
out of like a keg.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Oh, it's like beer mud.
Ultra.
It's actually good though if you buy it from the store and keep it in your fridge. It actually tastes pretty good. It's also good for making great espresso.
I just can't do cold
Allegro.
coffee.
Great
I
espresso
don't like it.
martinis. with it.
Allegro
I love
coffee.
it. I don't think I could do hot coffee. I think I can.
I like lukewarm coffee. I don't like cold coffee. I don't like blazing hot.
Yuck.
because you like chugging
This
it.
guy stinks.
I don't like to chug it. I just don't. Starbucks they serve at 17,000 degrees, so I just need to cool it down.
Lukewarm.
Well, I think they need the heat to brew it, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying like I usually get a couple ice cubes to dump in there.
So you like iced coffee?
Nope, I like to cool down my blazing hot coffee with 3 ice cubes.
Okay, so you're utilizing science. You heat up the ice cubes.
So dumb.
Oh, I don't like my coffee too hot.
You should have went to McDonald's and got that lawsuit before that woman did.
Yeah. Gosh, like $10 million.
Hey, Jay, I
whole
do the same
thing, too.
thing.
O'Neal Cruz of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
He's the best.
Just hit a shortstop, 6'7". Diving stop, 90-mile-an-hour ball to first base.
He's a dog.
First base. Get him off the Pirates.
Yeah.
This guy deserves to have a good career.
Bring him to the
Please.
Sox.
Otani needs to get off the Angels.
Yeah, so does
I guess he's
Trout.
making history right now. No one
Put
knows
Mike
why.
Trout on the Yankees.
No.
How about all those guys just play a different sport so we can respect them?
But like
a
Mike
good
Trout's
idea.
like the best player. He's a
Trout's built like
generational
he
guy,
can play
right?
different.
Pretty cool.
Trout would be the #1 tight end for half the NFL teams.
I got tweets yesterday about how little we talk about baseball,
I saw those.
and I was just like, dude, I hate the sport.
Stinks.
I hate it. I can't. I want to get into it.
Come on, let's talk RISP.
But also,
what?
War. Let's get into it.
Too many
Risk,
games,
runners in
man.
scoring position.
Slugging percentage.
Like, we care about the NBA.
Who cares?
Like, the NBA and NHL will watch the playoffs, but the problem with baseball is their playoffs are during football season. So, like, there's no...
And now World Cup season too, right?
Yeah.
well, that
no, they'll be
you
done by
asked-
then.
You asked earlier what we have to bet on, and normally we would have the World Cup this summer.
But FIFA.
Yeah, Cutter.
But by the way, you know what?
Are we even allowed to talk about FIFA because the amount of terrible money they have definitely taken into their pockets?
Don't do it.
That's
FIFA
true.
still around?
Oh, those sports washing sons of bitches. Of course they are.
Yeah, their president said, "Watch out, NFL. 2026, we'll be #1."
That is not the case.
Not in America.
But you'll
That's
have a
what
great
they said.
summer.
That's what he said,
And
though.
we dog walk Mexico, and we're ranked below them in the FIFA World Rankings because FIFA just takes money from everybody and just gets paid off.
Denmark sucks at soccer.
How are we not top fucking
Is FIFA
5?
like the NCAA or what are they?
Yes, exactly. That's a great comparison to who FIFA is.
Okay. I don't know what they run. Do they just run the World Cup? That's it?
They run soccer. Yeah, let's call Gump. They run like all of soccer. When I was growing up, it was FIFA regulated. Like the refs were certified through FIFA. Like the PA West was the organization I was a part of. They were a FIFA organization. So FIFA is the international football something, whatever.
So do they have any say in like what Ronaldo's doing on his normal team?
No. The rules.
Isn't that by the club leagues?
But the leagues are probably sanctioned by FIFA.
By FIFA.
I don't
okay.
believe. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Really? I thought FIFA had a hand in
Well, if they're
everything soccer.
doing the United States like regions, and they
These are
probably
youth
do.
leagues, though, so FIFA might just run the youth leagues. I don't know about the
What does
big
stand for?
leagues.
The football
Soccer's a big cult, so I
International
can see that.
Federation Association.
What'd you say, pal?
Soccer is an absolute cult. It can be at a young age.
It is all encompassing, that soccer. I was on the road for fucking like 5-6 years straight.
FIFA governs all facets of the game, regulating the rules of play, overseeing the transfers of players internationally, organizing international competitions.
Yeah.
It's the video game.
They've been known to not,
Great video
take
game.
dirty money at all.
Yeah, they don't care about anything.
Aren't they in jail?
Yeah, the
Sepp Blatter.
the previous president was having a press conference and somebody walked in and just started throwing hundreds on him. You remember that?
Oh, I saw the pictures of that.
Yeah. And the new guy, I assume, is just a disciple.
Joining us now is our soccer expert, straight out of the FIFA Academy of Soccer Smarts, currently being detained in Canada because he was deported from America, but love might bring him back. Our friend Goompy.
Yeah, Goop!
What's up, dude?
What's up, lad?
Hey, how's everything going?
All's well, my friend.
Oh, yeah? You got a little glow to you right now? Or
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's fix this camera.
Other way.
No? All right.
Beard looks awesome.
All right.
That's all the time.
You're right. I think.
What are you doing?
Oh,
Where are you staying, Goop?
there you go.
There you go.
Out in the bush. There we go. Got it.
That's where Jordan Schultz was. He was out in the bush.
Yeah.
You're out in the Canadian bush? We got a couple bush calls today.
The Bush
Yeah,
Brothers.
It's hot out here. I got pool and such. It's nice.
Oh, look at you living. Are you having any guests?
Been a few.
Ayo!
Oh, well, we don't have to dive into that. I don't want to fuck anything up.
Well, why not?
Nah.
Just some lads that come drink beers?
Oh,
Yeah, a couple Bud Lights. Found some
Bud?
Bud Lights.
Well,
What?
in Canada, that's good news. Out there in the bush, you found some Bud Lights. Did somebody ship it to you from here?
No, I found a nice little spot. A few bars have had them. Just not very many, my friend.
Oh, you drink them
Damn.
dry.
Yeah.
I'm going to need all your Bud Lights cold.
what?
Yeah.
The
I'll
Gump,
take every one you have.
the Gumpy train is coming through. Congratulations. Hey, real quick. FIFA runs everything. Is that like those Premier League and all that? Are they involved in that as well, or is it just international play when it gets to adults?
Just international is UEFA. But the thing is, U.S. moved up. Sorry.
What you say? Let's go back to the beginning.
UEFA is Champions League. FIFA is all national. So that's the difference. International, sorry.
Okay, so FIFA runs all international shit. Like when I was growing up, FIFA certified refs, I think, were our refs. Our league was FIFA certified. They do youth shit and then the international stuff.
Yeah, but U.S. moved up, so I don't know how is Mexico ahead of them? That makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Well, because FIFA's full of shit.
Fucking Denmark. They stink.
Even Canada made the World Cup. They're 43rd. So where's that?
Well, you guys stink, though. Like, that is...
Yeah, your players don't want to play.
Yeah, that's probably that.
You guys aren't even going to play, I don't think, because your government decided not to pay them.
That is true. You make a valid point.
Hey, FIFA's like the most corrupt, right?
Oh, yeah. How this World Cup is even happening is the most absurd thing of all time. Like, I don't know how the live shit, like, everyone's like, bashes the golfers taking guaranteed money. The fucking World Cup has never been in December ever. Like, how did this happen? How did we get here?
Who was there though, Goomp? Who was there to hold them? Who was there to hold them accountable? Is there anyone overseeing FIFA?
Oversight committee.
No, that's why Sepp Blatter.
They can do whatever they want.
So Sepp Blatter had like a fake heart attack when he was supposed to fucking take the stand. Him and Snyder went to the fucking same school.
Oh, what a move.
Sell
what a play. My mom sent me a text earlier, and she was like, 5 years ago, a lot of people attacked you for not taking your guaranteed money, and now they're attacking athletes for taking guaranteed money. Isn't that kind of fascinating? I'm like, well, it is interesting how everybody picks and chooses things. But FIFA, like, long known as a very corrupt organization.
Oh, yeah, the worst. Like I said, the World Cup in Qatar tells you everything you need to know about. Like, let's see how their numbers are, too. Their numbers might not be as good because summertime, there's nothing going on.
Well, we are just meatheads, though, because it's football season.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when's like the final? Like a Sunday afternoon?
No, it won't be Sunday. They'll have to do that middle of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. The time will fucking be huge because I think it'll be during the day, so the numbers will still be all right. But
don't
look
underestimate.
at
hold on, we're going to act like their numbers are going to be real too.
Don't underestimate their arrogance. They might roll a championship game out on a Sunday.
Well, that would be us overestimating our arrogance, acting like they wouldn't go
Yeah.
on a Sunday.
Yeah, I think they'll lose America. They don't really.
What
care.
network's carrying?
It's a Sunday at 10 a.m.
ESPN.
so it's perfect.
Oh, nice.
So it's right before.
Perfect
That's a
time.
Sunday right there, boys.
Look at them. That's smart.
December 18th.
December 18th. That is so insane that the World Cup is in December, man. We could have had it this summer with nothing else going on.
Yeah, it would have been 200 degrees though, right?
Yeah, so that's the...
But they understood the weather of Qatar when they awarded them the World Cup, correct?
Yeah.
I don't think they did, actually. I don't think they took a single trip to Qatar. They just heard the amount of money they were going to get if they move it to Qatar. All in favor? Aye. Oppose? That's what shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Nobody. Let's move on.
What about the bodies?
Well, that would happen afterwards.
Yeah.
Who cares?
That happened afterwards. And then, we'll just move it back 4 months. Who cares?
Yeah.
Why they're using those sea cans for the stadiums, because that's how they sent all the fucking money.
That makes sense.
We
And
thought that was the case. We're happy that you know a lot more about this and you're right on the same page as us. How'd you feel about Goodall's performance yesterday, pal?
What do you want from the guy?
Goodall.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck was that?
Dude.
What a travesty. As soon as I saw C-SPAN, I knew we were in a terrible spot.
Is that how Canada operates too? Is it one big shit show up there?
I mean, there's some stuff coming out now about, it's
Trudeau?
Trudeau's trying, I ain't fucking diving in.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
He's already...
You saw that. You saw what
Parliament
Ryan
state.
Whitney did. What one American former hockey player did to the entire Parliament.
He say, Trudeau, you muppet. This is what Whitney said.
All parliaments are always a joke.
Yeah, he's trying to step in on social media now.
Whoa. You just said you were going to stay away from it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just, that's what's happening.
Turned your hat back around.
Yeah.
Like Sylvester Stallone.
Hide the face.
Over the top. All right, enjoy yourself. We miss you. Can't wait to get listen to Hammered Down. A couple of the big parlays in the office last night.
Fucking boys are buzzing. Fucking Brucey mustache back.
Let's go.
All right, let's have a giveaway here. PMS
PMS.
Power.
C-SPAN.
No, we lost power.
Yeah.
Power.
PMS.
Power app.
Power surge.
PMS surge.
Gumpy's boner.
What?
EMS AJ can't dribble.
What are you talking
You wish,
about?
Goomp, you know I can dribble right in.
Gumpy boner? Is that what you said?
Fucking internet.
PMS Gumpy boner? That was your suggestion?
Gumpy's, apostrophe S.
Yeah, like apostrophes don't work in
Yeah.
hashtags. Let's stay away from Gumpy's dick trending before we get him back to America, please.
PMS big brain?
We'll go hashtag PMS power.
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 Okay.
I don't know, Goomp.
We'll get that when he gets back to America. Now's not the time to have his penis all over the place. Evan Fox will shoot 50 free throws. Okay, he will shoot 50 free throws. How many will he make? Use hashtag PMS Power Hour. Have that in there, your cash tag in there, and say something nice to somebody.
Okay.
And you will automatically enter to win. And if you get it right out of 50, we will then randomly select from there 10 winners of $500.
Let's go.
You too, AJ. Say something nice to somebody.
Yeah, say something nice, AJ.
All the time. Goompy, you look great. I love what you're doing up there. I can't wait to get you back in the States.
I got to tweet it.
Thank you, AJ.
Hey, that
Pat,
baby.
you too. You're doing great, Pat. You're going to kill it this weekend, Friday in Austin. Keep up the good work.
Let's go.
Thank you, AJ. Very nice of you. Now you got to tweet it to enter. How many out of 50 is he going to make?
Oh, Evie? You talking to me?
You talking to me?
Ev, I got a lot of faith in Evie. He's going to make 42 of them.
Ooh, that
There
was
you
my
go.
guess.
Damn. All right.
The baby clock.
All right, we will post the video and announce the winner. Use hashtag PMS Power. POWERHOUR. And have a great 3-day weekend. We will miss the hell out of you. And tomorrow night, SmackDown in Arch Manning's new town.
Let's go.
Austin, Texas. Can't wait to be down there. We'll see you guys Monday. Have a great weekend. Gumpy, we miss you, pal.
Miss you, boys. Good to see you. Enjoy your weekend, huh?
Hey, you too. Hammer Down's in like 15 minutes at youtube.com/hammerdown. Can't wait for more winners. I hope you guys are taking quite a victory lap today.
Thank
you deserve
you.
it.
Hell yeah.
Big thanks to Ice Cube. Ugh,
Sorry.
Thank you, Cube.
Sorry, Cube.
we just shut it off right in the middle of that conversation, AJ.
What happened? Do we know?
Power.
Some bum flip switch.
Quentin Richardson, thanks for your time. Jordan Schultz, thank you for your time. And on Monday, we'll have the biggest show of all time.
Hell yeah.
See you then. Goodbye.